guys, today we are going to be fighting off. It's going to be Death Guard and it's going to be Chaos Space Marines. So thank you for joining us. Rich's face is currently completely obscured by a microphone, so he's going to step slightly more this way because we've had a bit of a sound issue today. We'll keep going both of you that way. Thank you.
Keep going. The camera's there. Go that way,
just on the screen.
Blending.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep going.
There we go. The camera will follow you. Yeah, just technical difficulty. Thanks to all the super chats we've had over the last few weeks, actually, we've been able to invest in some new Lavella mics, which are the ones that the players use. Unfortunately, they weren't compatible with our equipment or not in time for the stream. But we're not going to let
Doesn't
that
have a
stop
clue what
us.
he's doing.
Yeah. But today, there we go. Joining us tonight on the commentary is Josh Burns and Reese. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello.
How are we?
And what do you think is going to happen today?
I have no idea because I've never seen this chaos attachment used before, and Rich is running a very anti-infantry list, so
Yeah,
anything could happen.
It's a lot of flamers into a lot of vehicles, and Rich's movement's not going to be of benefit when they have moving through terrain, stratagems, and reactive moves. So it's going to be a really interesting fight.
Yeah, and what we have is Reese, you're our Death Guard specialist here tonight, and Josh is just our general specialist for 40k. You saw our stream, the Josh off last time. It's me and Josh against those wolves on this same map. What do you have to say about the map?
I've played on this map a few times now. It's a very anti-shooting map. It's very tradey and is very move blockable.
3 units, couple units to turn, but it's the vehicle.
Yeah, it's not great for a vehicle heavy lists, and that's exactly what Chris is actually running here.
But he can go through walls.
You can go through walls with the strat, so that'll be quite useful. But it's got less firing lanes than you think.
What's the movement on these?
Shall we cut to the players briefly and just get them to describe their armies, or describe what they think is going to happen? So Reese and Josh, just wait for a moment, and if you two could please just let us know about your armies, starting with Chris, because he's fresh on the stream.
Fresh on the stream. I'm here to spread the word of Lorgar. As to everyone, sorry, we've got to vocalise now.
You got to project.
Not good at. I imagine I'm going to struggle, but I can pass things through walls. You don't need me to go through my list again, do you? Or do you want
you
me
can just
to?
point at what's where.
Basically, demon engines everywhere. Got a Mauler Fiend Raptors in reserve. Another Mauler Fiend here. A couple of sat with Vashtor, the happy chap, and a Warp, whatever he's called.
Warpsmith?
A mechanic. And a couple of Venom Crawlers sat in the backfield. Sorry. And a Rhino with some Chaos Chosen, and some Chaos Terminators with a Sorcerer Lord, and some just Chaos Legionaries hiding at the back.
Very nicely painted too. Very nicely painted.
Yeah, very nicely painted. So, yeah, forgive us if you're a bit quiet on our side because we are trying to get the players to project. They're not used to it because they're used to having mics on them. But Rich, could you please come around and point at what you've got on the table and show us what's there?
So the list is themed. It's called the Flames of Nurgle. Pretty much anything that could have a flamer's got a flamer. There's triple plague-based crawlers with flamers. There's triple bloat drones with flamers. There's a plague bus with 2 malignant plague casters, and a unit of plague marines, one with a spewer, one with a belcher, 2 heavy weapons. The champion has a heavy weapon as well, and a plasma gun. There is a unit of Death Shroud with a Lord of Virulence.
So a big 6-man squad there.
Yep. There's 10 Poxwalkers, and then there's 2 Spawn either side. There is in reserves, there's a 6-man Death Shroud with Typhus, and there is another 5-man Plague Marines, Flamers and heavy plague weapons.
Okay.
Flamers everywhere. I'm going to be looking at his list. I need 5s and 6s all game.
Yeah, but you can do it. You've got a lot of punches, you've got a lot of indirect. It's going to be interesting. It's going to come down to those side alleys again. I'm sure Rich and Josh will go through that with us as we're streaming. Reese and Josh. That's going to be going on. Oh god, I'm going to do that so many times, and I've only had one beer so far. So let's see how that goes.
Maybe that's the issue.
Yeah. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that we've got some new CP dice on the table. The big red and the big blue dice, so we can actually track that a bit easier, as well as the score that we've got on the bottom there. So without further ado, I'll let you guys kind of get settled in, while Josh and Reese just go over what they think is going to happen in this game.
So who's going first? Chris?
Yeah, we briefly mentioned it off stream, me and Josh, talking about what we think is going to happen in terms of where movement's going to be, where the heavy sidelines are going to be, where things are going to be moving. I think we both kind of agreed that it's not a very shooty map. It's quite close. It's quite grungy in melee combat, but I still think that the raw shooting power of Chris's army against the not-so-shooty flamer list of Rich's army is going to be quite a hard thing to balance for him, but it's going to be really interesting to see how those rolls go.
Here or in the Rhino?
Sorry, just to jump in here, but they just rolled off the first turn. Chris, you got first turn. You rolled a big 6 there.
Yep.
So how do you think that's going to affect the game? And they're just drawing their secondaries now. They
So
should
assassination and storm hostile. You can redraw storm hostile and put that one back in your deck.
I'll let you take that one, Josh. What do you think the turn's going to be like with Chris going first?
I mean, first turns I think in general are very samey for most people. You're usually just staging up your scoring to trade if you're shooty, and staging up your combat if you're melee focused. It shouldn't be too long of turns. Am
No,
I
I
just
feel like-
hoping to get some cards they can score?
Yeah, I feel like going second for Rich is a big advantage because taking whole turn 2 is always such a nice thing to be able to score. You haven't got to do much in terms of scoring a full 15. If you're careful enough with your units, you should be scoring the full 3 end of turn 5. But it's a case of will Rich have enough left alive by then to be able to even hold the objectives?
I do agree, but we saw in mine and Josh's game that if you get the first turn, you're very, very aggressive. You can, like, Josh scored a 15 on the first turn against me. There's not much I could
True.
have done about it.
Especially with the high wounds, high toughness vehicles, I'd be surprised if Rich can shift any of them off. Like he said, I think he said he got 1 5-man squad of Marines off the board turn 1 anyway. So it's not like he's going to be out OCing with insane numbers, especially on that bottom side where everything there is OC 1 to 3, depending on if it's a vehicle or infantry.
Yeah, is that also the plague terminators in that corner by the objective?
Yeah, so if you look at the bottom left objective on the screen there, just above those 2 Plagueless Crawlers, he has the 6 Death Shroud Terminators with the shooty captain. Gives him a full reroll to wound, and then he's also got the full, the extra hit roll for blast weapons. I'll have the PBCs out when they're not doing indirect. But I'd be surprised if they're ever not doing indirect, to be honest. I don't see how there's a clear sight line.
Well, you got one that can come down towards the middle and
Yeah.
get a line of sight. The one on the touch line can actually maybe poke its tread out and get some line of sight second turn if it moves very far up, though.
Yeah, he has got. Chris has got the Rhino with the. I think it was the Chosen in that Rhino. So if that Rhino pops turn 1, with some luck, the PVCs will just annihilate all the infantry. Because although they're not going to do much into the vehicles, the Chosen, the Legionaries, the Raptors are all going to be quite susceptible to the PVCs at 2 damage apiece.
Yeah, but I do find popping rhinos, especially in like the first few turns when you don't have many sight angles, is very random.
You'd be surprised.
Well, we don't all play, sticking our rhinos out on the open.
We don't all play Rescard, no.
No.
Josh, did Richard declare what contagion he's using this turn? This game, sorry.
We'll ask the 2 players to jump in now and answer that for us. So, which contagion have you gone for, Rich?
-1 save. Most of my weapons are only 1 AP. It's only really my Death Shroud that have got -2. So to try and aid with killing him and hopefully put his demon engines on their invuln, -1 save.
Okay.
Okay, and Chris, what are you running?
Soulforge Warp Pack,
Yeah.
which I do a Dark Pact at +1 -1 for demon engines, so I'd need to roll a 7 instead. And it gives me +1 to wound at range and +2 attacks in melee.
Okay. What kind of stratagems have you got for just to inform your opponent what kind of strats you can expect in this game?
I've got +1 AP. Everything, all the strats are for the demon engines. Nothing's for anything else, apart from the standard ones. I've got +1 AP, and I've got move through walls. There's like heal up when you do attacks, but like how often does something like that come up? And move forward. I think it's 6 inches. You can move forward when someone comes within 9.
Can you end in engagement range?
No, you
can't.
End in
Okay.
combat, so.
Myself, a cloud of flies, -1 to be hit. Basically gives me stealth. I can give things a pip of AP if 1 AP, but 2 AP if it's a critical hit and or a critical wound and I'm in range of an infected objective marker. I can get sustained, just in melee, and then I think I can heal D3 wounds for 1 CP, or 3 wounds if I'm within a range of an infected objective markers. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not very widely used, the healing one again, that's like yourself. -1 to hit is pretty big most of the time, especially if normally if I use the other contagion, the minus weapon skill, ballistic skill contagion, I could essentially make you like -2. But I'm not, obviously not this game. Typhus, who is in Deep Strike, he's -1 to hit in melee.
Yep.
And the Death Shroud are -1 to wound if your strength is higher than my toughness. So anything higher than toughness 6 is -1 to wound.
Okay.
Which is a good stat check into hard things.
Is that combat and shooting?
Just in combat.
No,
and shooting. Sorry, combat and shooting. Typhus's ability
Death Shroud's
is only in
both
combat.
the -1 to wound.
The drones can fall back, shoot and charge.
Yep.
And the Plague Burst mortars, if they score a hit with the mortar against an infantry unit, that unit then needs a battle shot test.
Can they fall back and shoot, or can they only fall back and charge?
The drones fall back, charge and shoot.
Okay, nice. Right, sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt you too much, but just Chris, just walk us through your round there, and we'll have a chat about that.
Just to carry on.
Yeah, please carry on. Just talk out what you're doing as you're doing it, and I'll leave the hosts. Please, I've brought Chris's list up. Tell us what you think about that while Chris is doing his turn.
This was the advance.
I think you can see Chris playing quite aggressively. He's moving things quite far forward. Pushing that Rhino straight up the middle. Quite early. I think he kind of realises that against another army, that Rhino would be quite open at the moment, but being against a flamer, almost everything in Rich's army is going to be wounding on 5s or 6s, and the Death Shroud are nowhere near charge range, so he hasn't got to worry about early game losing the Rhino. And if he can remember the fact that he is so much tougher than the Flamers, then I think he has got the edge on. He goes where he wants. Rich has to react rather than the other way around.
And no infantry's getting there anytime soon, anyway.
No, that's what I'm banking.
Yeah, I mean, when you go second, you're always reacting to what your opponent's going to do.
When I was playing my death card, that they took forever to get.
Rather than sticking to your own game plan, usually.
I think it's more of a case for me where it's if he brings out a Forge Fiend, for example, like he has there in the middle, holding. They have 36 inch range on those plasma cannons. I don't see. It's more a case of that goes there. Rich can't do much about it, so it's then a case of right, I've got to go around it, because it will chew through his non-vehicle bodies pretty quick. It's perfect for killing Terminators. It's putting them on their invul even with cover. You can obviously do Cloud of Flies to make it -1 to hit, but even then it's still hitting on 4s.
What do you think about the list that I've got up on the screen?
Yeah, that's well once.
I mean, he's got quite a few scoring. He's got some heavy hitters. Is it 1 combat fiend and then 2 shooty ones?
2 of each.
2 of each. Where's the
2 of
other
each.
one?
2 Mauler, 2 Forge. and then 2 venom crawlers.
Yeah, it's one of them. I've just got to try and counter it. I can see.
Where is the other mall at?
In reserves.
Oh, it's in reserves. I see. Okay.
These.
See, I don't like reserves on this map unless you're deep striking, because it's
Yeah.
very hard to get on a side of the board where
it's
you
useful.
can make an impact. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're so far across as well, it's a case of the only place Rich will be able to bring in those 5 Marines is if he's completely dominated that side of the board and there's nothing there blocking him, or 9 inches back. And keep in mind, Marines they've got 5-inch move, so he'll have to rapid ingress for those. But again, he's spending a CP for just the Marines. It has to be the right situation, otherwise they are going to be blasted off the board again.
Anything else?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's still got some of the classics in here. Although
I'm interested to see what Vashdor's going to do.
I've got no idea what Vashdor does.
Likes hitting vehicles.
He likes hitting vehicles.
Vashdor does Vashdor things.
Yes, I'm just not very familiar with what the list does as a whole, but I know Vashtor has come down a lot in points recently.
Yeah, he's quite cheap now, isn't he?
It is, yeah. Looking at what he does, he's quite a defensive profile.
Yeah, he's 175 points. Both anti-vehicle 4-up weapons, the melee having dev wounds on the strike, and giving all units within 18 inches of him that shoot him hazardous is kind of scary when you're fighting, especially fighting heavy infantry shooty armies.
It is only ranged weapon, so he's quite weak to combat.
OC on the bikes.
Yeah, he doesn't seem immortal. T10 14 wounds, so a bit of a standard like Primarch, like Demon Primarch stat profile, but
not when it's assassinate and
I think him not having the choosing of abilities like a Primarch has is what makes him so cheap.
Yeah. He also can't go. He's a monster, so he can't go through walls, but he can get that CP strap to go for a wall.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever get to them PCBs if Rich doesn't want him to get there.
No, he won't get near them. I think that'll be more for the drones. The drones they're not going to do a lot of killing in terms of the vehicles, but if they can get around killer's scoring units, force those, especially in Prior Nexus with so many actions for secondaries, if he really wants to be scoring high in the secondaries and Rich kills enough of his infantry, he's going to have to dedicate quite an expensive and scary model to do nothing for a turn.
And overwhelming force, or are you going to dispose?
Overwhelming force.
What does Rich have in reserve? Just so.
He had a 5-man Marine squad and he had a 6-man Terminator squad with Typhus.
Oh, he's got 2 Terminator squads, I see.
Yeah, 2 6-mans just because how cheap they are at the moment.
Discarding overwhelming force and...
Fair, that's fair.
So that's the end of the turn from Chris there.
Nice.
They're your dead guys.
I was just going to get rid of the capture there.
Nice aggressive staging for next turn.
Yeah, well,
interesting, he stayed off the middle objective.
3, I go to 2.
Yeah, I'd agree, to be honest. I think it's just a case of because the Death Shroud are there behind that wall on his home objective, maybe worrying about getting them slingshotting in, but...
I don't see 16 inches being that far. Maybe it's just...
Storm has...
I guess the big problem there was the lack of secondary scoring on that turn was quite punishing.
Yeah, scoring nothing turn 1 and then only owning 2 for next turn means you can only score a maximum of 10 if you ignore secondaries for next turn.
We have Rich's secondaries now.
Ooh.
Okay, so establish locus. I think that's within 6, isn't it? Yes, I can do that with that.
So overwhelming force, is that something you can score in the first turn?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So that's an annoying one. So looking like staying off at middle now is it's quite a big boon.
Quite a smart play, yeah. I don't see him scoring it at all. The only thing on the objectives is the Venom Crawler on his home, and I think he has a squad of legionaries on the his safe objective, No Man's Land.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Obviously, you can try and do indirect into them and maybe pick up a couple, but I don't see 3 Plague Burst Crawlers hitting on 4s, killing a whole squad of legionaries.
Yeah, I still think I would prefer the legionaries to be on there now, even if it draw of overwhelming force, because they can stick it next turn as long as one guy lives.
True.
and then just run away.
Yeah, if anything does pop its head out to try and take them off next turn, turn 3, then he's got a lot to shoot with.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of what you want as well, because if you're able to trade a cultist unit for a Terminator block with a character,
Yeah, exactly.
with no real
300 points off the board.
Yeah, it's where it's at. It's the trade you're kind of trying to set up with this type of list. I imagine Ritual might not even be able to get established locus with how slow his army moves.
No, I don't see that he does. There's nothing there that's quick. I think both of his drones on that top side of the board. I think they are.
Does look like it.
What's your opinion about this, Josh? Because I know how I think about it. What's your thoughts on him choosing -1 to armor save for his contagion?
Between that and the -1 to hit, I think it's okay.
I personally would have gone for the -1 weapon skill ballistic skill, just because of how much output he can have. I feel like Death Guard stratagems can give us extra AP. They can actually give us extra 2 AP wound on an infected objective marker. And we can get sustained or sustained 2 on an infected objective marker. So I feel like our output doesn't necessarily need it in this, because he's going to be wounding on... He's going to be having bad rolls when it comes to wounding anyway, because if he's only got a 33% chance of actually wounding most models on the board, ignoring infantry, I understand it in terms of the PBCs, so they get to basically ignore cover. AP1, cover makes it 0, plus the extra 1 from the contagion. But I feel like he might struggle to keep his infantry alive, especially if Chris can get some of his heavier vehicles into combat with them.
And we didn't cover the mission, but we're playing Taking Hold today on this map. This is WTC standard, as it always is in these leagues. And raise banners, so that's going to be an auto secondary point for every battle line on those objectives. Which actually, Chris has got some legionaries on that bottom safe one.
No, so didn't quite get there.
That bottom one?
They've got the Terminators on it.
They're Terminators, so he hasn't got that either. So yeah, there might have been a reason just to get them on that middle one, just to get that extra point. But is it worth risking them just for 1 point? Probably not. Depends on your strategy, I guess. But what are your thoughts on this map and this mission while Rich is doing his moves?
I hate it. I did not enjoy this map. I only really had enough stuff to stay. I had quite not a similar list to Rich, but quite a vehicle-heavy list, and I found they end up getting trapped in your. There's not a ton of room for them to do movement, and even if they do manage to get out, they're either A, in the open, so on the bottom half of the screen you'd have quite an open line towards their backfield, or the opposite on the top end where you're so closed off you have to go up around where his drone is, and then back down again to get towards the middle of the board, and then again you're open. So I think it's going to be a tough fight for the less infantry heavy armies such as Chris's, but I think they're kind of balanced in that sense. We do seem to have lost our second Josh as well.
Yep, that's fine. Well, we can just comment on what Rich is doing at the moment, what his movement is. What do you think, Reese?
So he's playing semi-aggressively here. I think both those drones have come out to that top objective, probably for either an Overwatch threat or just to kind of put some pressure, so he can't just easily roll onto their next turn. The bottom objective, I don't see him taking off him unless he's exposing too much, so he has to be careful putting too much out there. And the middle's not really a this turn possibility for him. I think he can move those Terminators up to a nice staging point. Next turn they can do a lot of damage. If he brings anything too close to that center objective, 4-inch out into the middle objective and then quite a small charge, and they will likely tear into anything they go into if it's not too tough. But it's a good turn to set up for next turn, I'd say. Not a lot of pressure on objectives, but he's scoring 10, so's Chris. It goes in even.
We have Josh back, I think. Josh is back with us.
Yeah, I'm back.
I don't think
Sorry about that.
Terminator
Internet
is-
cut out.
I definitely don't kill a Venom Crawler. So by staying off that objective, you pretty much outdone yourself there.
Just moved up the
By staying
stage
off it, yeah. Did you have the movement to go onto it?
for next
No,
turn.
It's more luck than
We'll have to move
Yeah,
in a
it's-
little bit to some strikes.
So I can't. The only thing on an objective is the Terminators, and I can't get Locust. I think I'm going to end up exactly the same as you here.
So yeah, I don't think Chris will be scoring any secondary this turn as well.
Terminators, or do I try and take your chaff out?
I don't think that's actually any of the player's fault. That's neither
No,
have
I
scored
think-
secondaries.
I'm gonna
Both of these draws
go
have not
with
been great for either
your-
player. Both of them getting overwhelming force turn 1 isn't great.
So the
It's
first
such an
mortar,
easy thing to score,
that
maybe
one
like
over there,
turn 3 and
target
4
these guys here,
onwards.
D6 plus 3 bucks.
I guess the difference
And it
is
can-
One
here is
plus
that Rich can
3,
really bring the indirect fire.
plus 2 for blast. They hit on 4s, and they wound.
Yeah,
on
that's the
2s.
thing with indirect fire. You're never safe in the game.
1 lethal.
Like Rich is always going to have some shooting
Always gonna have
targets.
shooting, yeah.
What AP is this got?
This is -1, but you get cover. So you got 3 at -1, so but nothing with cover.
So not going ground.
What you say? Base save.
6.
So yeah, be just a 6.
Yeah. So what was it? Sorry. 3.
3. Yeah. 2 damage each. Next mortar, same target. For 5 plus D6 plus 3 plus 1 for blast now, yeah.
Down to 7. Yeah.
4 2 lethals. So 4 more. 6 drugs.
He's rolling pretty well with the Plague Burst Crawlers.
Nope.
The benefit of running
Yeah.
3 of them is
And this
running
last
just
one.
one end, they can tend to whiff. Whereas if you have all 3 sitting in your back line, having 3d6 plus 9 plus blast on things you're hitting really does start to just chew through wounds.
It just averages out for 4s, right? Like
Yeah.
using 1, it's very swingy.
One lethal.
Using 3, it does just make it a lot
4
more
more.
Yeah.
reliable damage.
6 times. They're great.
Which I think he will kill the cultists here. Which
Is the cultist in the centre? Yeah, it is the
Yeah.
cultist,
Obviously, I'll play the rally having you shooting.
wow, I mean, he picks them up.
I guess.
You know, some
Um,
50-50
I-
rolling there, but
Yeah. Smart move
Good
not
thing
going
they
to
went
the
him up middle.
way. Yeah.
yeah,
And thanks
I really thought he wouldn't die to that.
Big thanks to James Larkin for the super chat. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you, James Larkin.
Yeah, James just says, good luck, guys. Even with all technical difficulties we're having today, I'm sure we're going to have some fun.
So I will get rid of established locus for a CP. And so I go to 3, and then we go to 4 in your turn. Your turn too, Chris.
Brilliant.
Discard locus.
Lots of CP on the table.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had 6.
It's kind of where the game really starts.
Yeah. Chris needs some good secondaries now.
And then
Turn
He
2.
does, but I think a lot of them are available to him with where he's positioned.
Yeah, there's not a lot that he's not going to be able to score at least some on. He might not get the maximum on a couple, but
Secure, yeah.
there's enough there.
And sabotage.
I assume because Rich couldn't score established locus, that if he got area denial, that he would get the full 5.
Nice easy ones. So secure.
Yeah,
now
there's
is
nothing close enough for him to be able to
one
get
or all
on
three in no man's land.
deny the full
And
for area denial.
sabotage is-
Most Terminators are stationed a good point for it, but then it's a case
Outside
of
your-
they've got to
outside
end their
yours.
turn there, so you've got a
it's
lot
3
of
points
shooting
there,
into those
6 points in mine,
Terminators.
I think it
Yeah,
is.
I'm not going to be doing it in yours. So do you want to put those on the...
Oh, usually on this board, if you're right in that corner of that ruin, that's 6 inches away.
Oh, is that bang on 6 inches, is it?
Yes,
Ah.
it's just about.
So he's in a good spot if he pulls that.
So...
He got sabotage, not
Yeah, and
too
he's
bad.
got one hit on him.
Secure no man's land,
good.
easily done.
Onto the same guy.
Yeah.
Within six.
I
within
think he could even, if he's willing
Oh,
to
no,
sacrifice the
yeah,
bikers,
yeah.
take the full
he
2 for
gets
secure
+1
no
to
man's
strength.
land. I
+1
don't
strength.
see.
Anybody
I think
within
on that
50
objective, Rich has.
Yeah, I'd have to double
I think he
check.
has 2 chaos spawn and a rhino.
You seem to know better than me.
Just read, mate. That's all I do.
Double.
Well,
Yeah, it is.
but 6 OC on the bikers.
It's just got a terrible
Chaos spawn is
Bikers 2
one
each, yeah.
I think it's all a game of numbers.
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
should be.
yes spawn at 1 each. He has 4 on there, so he can actually out
Honestly, most of
OC
the time my brain
Rich
is
there.
full of
And if he
work,
gets on there and just doesn't make any attacks
Oh,
and just
no,
kind of
it's
sits there and
a
looks at him,
one to distract
not
from
only
it.
is he scoring 2 for secure no man's land, he's denying Rich another 5 primary, so he's only scoring 5 primary on turn 2.
There is flamers on them, blight drones, though, right? So a
Anti-infantry only though, so the bikers wouldn't count towards them. They're mounted, aren't they?
It's a 5.
it'll still be. Maybe it could kill a biker.
I'll do
You
I'll
know,
take
if it
the
rolls
2
well.
and take it.
Yeah.
It's a risk.
You still get to go 15.
Yeah. And basic I just want.
But even then, it's still 4 OC on that objective for.
Gonna be like
Yeah, so he
6
cancel.
range
He wouldn't.
and
He
10
wouldn't
side
control it
with
for the
the
secure no man's land, but he would be denying Rich.
Yeah.
Quite a big bit of VP quite early on.
Because you'll have the movement to do it. What did you want?
Okay, we got a
Um,
an aggressive move for Rhino.
Ooh,
I'm
so
going to
you-
assume it's 1
10
inch
on-
away from walls, which
taking
will have
will
to
get
come out
to
to
you,
fight.
yes.
I don't think it is.
Basically setting up a big bait of if you want to kill my Rhino, I'm
Go
going to
for
get
it.
some counter punch.
Yeah, he does also block off the movement onto that objective. Rich can't actually get onto the middle objective with those Terminators anymore because of how slow they are.
Well,
Obviously, he can charge and wrap around, but
It would require a charge, yeah.
yeah.
No, I like that move. That's actually very good, and it also protects the infantry inside as long as it doesn't
Nice.
get blown up by PCBs.
This is for the Terminators.
I don't know, like if you pop a smoke on it, as most of the will survive.
Ooh, the PBCs will actually be wounding the Rhinos on a 4. They're T9, his contagion brings down the T8, and the mortars are strength 8.
Ah, okay.
And he
I see.
is now within contagion range by pushing so close to
That's what warp
the
time
Terminators.
is just put advance and charge on the unit that they're part of.
so what's,
Yeah, it will.
what's happening, Chris?
I still think
I'm
it's a
just
good
advancing the
ish
Terminators
move.
up
Like,
the other side of here, but
there's still
because
what,
they've
a
got a sorcerer,
chosen unit in there
that gives
and
them advance
a
and charge.
legionnaire
That's
unit?
what warp time is nowadays.
I
Alright.
believe
Just
so.
buff to
So that's
the units,
interesting.
yeah.
The Terminators there that he's advanced up have actually got advance and charge.
Ooh.
He can also
Ooh.
give things -1 AP that he's got. in
He
the
might be
unit, so
subject to what happened to me yesterday, where
I think
vehicles in the
he's
home
gonna
objective just
go
get
for
chewed up
the
by being stuck in combat. But they
Yeah.
have got flamers on
Marines
them,
will
so
just
big
do
guns
that
never
here.
tire won't work on them.
And they'll do the sabotage.
And they will be able to burn through them next turn. And I don't think they're going to be
The
moving
objective
anyway.
would be raise banners as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but
Sure,
charge
probably
that
will be
Terminator is.
the cultists and I-
If you want to go into an actual real target of the PCB,
It's going to be. At
you
least-
might not even kill it.
It's a 6-inch.
You will block off
No.
that effort. But
Yeah.
the heroic is on then.
Yeah, especially if the Terminator's been it's a case of he's bringing the Terminators away. That Rhino's now being wounded on 5s by the indirect again.
But you would only bring them away in the charge phase.
Up by 8.
True.
I'm sure there'll be something else that can move up there and get within 6 with a contagion, right?
There's not a lot then, unless he shoves a the other Plague Burst Crawler in there. There's not a lot of range, only 6 inches turn 2.
And advance him as well. So
What's
that's
behind the
12, so
Terminators? Is
10,
that a
so
different model?
3 across, so it can be up 7.
Yeah, this is
Behind the Terminators.
Oh, there's a
Yeah,
plague
it's like-
burst. Sorry, it's a bloat drone.
Blood drone. Ah,
Oh, there's a drone there, okay. Yes, he's doing 3 drones, isn't he? Okay.
So what's in that building on that closest to no man's there now?
This one?
Yeah,
Just a
5 legionaries.
Legionaries.
no character. 5 legionaries, no character in there. Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay.
On objective, what have we got on there?
3.
3. Although, we've got
so
the-
his units are quite well spaced out here. A lot of the 9 inches conjoining together and blocking off
Yeah.
any rapid ingress for the turn 2.
Yeah, he's blocked off
Which I'm
almost
liking.
every useful spot for those Terminators to come down in.
Yeah, it's good.
Quite an aggressive move for those Fortunes as well, really bringing them up to the middle. Basically saying, this is mine now, you can try. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's something you have to do, otherwise
Oh,
they're just not going to be
100%.
part of the game.
Well, he's got nothing that can take him out really. There's very little Rich has that can wound them fairly easily. He hasn't infected that objective marker yet, so it's not going to be until a minimum of turn 3 that he's going to be able to do the sustain 2 stratagem.
It's within 6 of the edge, isn't it? The board edge.
Yeah,
Oh, we're just bringing in the other model fiend.
that's what that 9 inch.
The second Mullafiend's coming in.
Oh, of course it will.
Either way, they both measure 9, so it doesn't make a difference, does it?
Fair enough. We're just using it as a 1-wave, 2-wave kind of deal.
Yeah.
Just bring him in there.
So this is what I mean by reserves not being that powerful on my map if you don't have deep strike, because like it could have just deployed there and it'd be
The
the
same,
same thing technically. I suppose it does give Rich a bit of food for a rapid ingress, but that's about
Yeah.
it.
Deep strikes quite.
Might also be a
That's
case
what
of
they
it
are.
forces him to
Squad.
screen,
The other one
so
is
his Poxwalkers at the back there have been forced to screen out just in case. Whereas if he had nothing in deep strike or reserves, those Poxwalkers quite easily just move up, hold an objective, move up, gum up some vehicles. They're not the toughest in the world, but 5 up feel no pain can always
so that would be
spike.
for movement.
Is that where you brought that in?
So you've got
I agree. The
you've got sabotage in your.
also, are them
you've got
Poxwalkers going to be in
secure
range
too, 'cause you've got that one,
now
that one.
of the
Yeah.
Mauler Fiends?
Um,
36 from
and
there
so, yeah, you've got
feels
shooting
like
phase.
might
Maybe.
just touch.
You can shoot.
I don't think it is. Well, it's a 60-inch board edge, isn't it? So it'd have to be just under halfway.
Things on him.
Don't think
True.
he's 8
Yeah,
inches away
maybe.
from the center objective.
They're not worth shooting.
Yeah, I don't think so. So it looks like maybe Rich pre-measured it.
Yeah.
No line of sight through there either.
Okay, they just hear the player say that the Legionary squad on the
Still won't be within 36.
bottom no man's land terrain is going to be the one doing sabotage.
No, just out.
Which one's doing sabotage? Sorry, the
The bottom no man's land, the Legionnaires inside that terrain.
So no shooting.
okay. So the thing I have with sabotage and
I'll pay one command
Um,
to try and charge into these drones.
What's the measurement?
sorry, sabotage and recover. Yeah, assets.
Recover assets, yeah.
You're saying assets. Made my brain malfunction a little bit.
Within an
Um,
inch, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just that
half away, so-
it's it's a completely your opponent's turn. It's very easy to, if your opponent can hurt you with it by killing the units that do the action, and you have to keep the
Okay,
objective
nice.
that turn. It becomes very detrimental. So you.
Oh, look at this move here, gents.
Oh
That's
wow!
a big move.
So that was the CP to
big
go
old
through walls,
charge.
which no one ever expects.
Ooh.
I forgot about that.
So how much OC is on a Mauler Fiend?
I think they're 3.
Which is sad, because the ritual still hold that objective.
Oh, double check. That's a Mauler Fiend, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've got a
Mauler Fiend is 3 OC, so he is out OC currently, but if he kills... Oh, he can't kill him because
the
of
wall
range.
to the beasts is a 5. That one is, so 7 or a 5.
Yeah, and there's no OC on the objective that he's killing. So it's
No.
kind of there just
I'll try
blocking
and
up,
charge both and
gunning
see
up
how it
that
goes.
section of the board.
Yeah.
So I've got
How long Rich takes to deal with it is something
Just
as
stopping
well.
him from getting those Marines out that Rhino to try and hold it for some more OC.
7.
So
One thing I have noticed is the only issue with Chris doing the sabotage with the Legionnaires.
I don't know if
There's
this
5 Legionnaires in the character, so he's only got to kill the bodyguard. 3 PBCs into 5 models should maybe kill them.
If you can base, you have to base.
Yeah, but there's a lot of pressure coming into this game where I don't think the PVCs can afford to. Wow, these charges are coming in clutch.
Yeah.
So
Is he
So I'm surprised
multi-charged
he-
as well?
Yeah, I'm surprised he
Probably
actually
using that
multi-charged.
space there, but
Well, I don't think he
because
has. I think he
everything's
might
only
have.
here,
I
isn't
think he's
it,
keeping his
basically,
distance
so
away from the
otherwise we're gonna have to kick him all the
spawn.
time, but
He
the
hasn't
back-
multi-charged, but he can always
He
pile
has
in.
he has
Yeah, of course.
Oh, he has
Yeah.
multi-charged. He has multi-charged.
Oh, he has multi-charged.
See, that's why I think you should have just declared on the spawn, and then moved your unit as far forward, because that's an easier charge.
Hmm.
And then, if you get the big charge, you can then, move your Terminators in
Yeah,
a way that
go where
they
you want.
can pile into the PCB without actually having to risk the failed charge.
Yeah. I will
On the
say
higher roll?
both of those. Although this turn he might kill the spawn. If he doesn't, they do slap back pretty hard. It's D6 plus 2 hits, damage 2.
And these into here.
I believe
Yeah,
it might
and
even
here
be
comes the heroic as well. It would stop the heroic too. I
heroic
think.
in with the Terminators. Yeah.
3 gets me within an inch.
See, that's something you have to
I get a
think
6.
about as well as other people's heroics, and
Yeah.
if you can get a vector in range of it to stop it, or if you can just stay out of the 6 inches with your movement. Because all you have to do with your charges is end closer to the models you charged.
Yeah. So if you block off correctly, you can, in theory, move where he's moving them onto the terrain.
I think that's fine.
There are 2 Forge Fiends there though.
Yeah, we could just kill these Terminators though, right? I'm
He
not
absolutely
100% sure
should.
on
He should.
Really,
In
he should?
theory. Well, the Terminators, I assume they're 2 up armor. They're T5, 2 up armor save, 4 up invul. So with Rich's Contagion, he'll be bringing them down to T4. He's now hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, AP3. 2 damage apiece.
Yeah.
Plus he has the character in there who has Deadly Pathogen, which basically gives him an extra attack and an extra strength on his weapon, so that's another
Go for it,
6 attacks at the same profile.
So I guess I'll go with.
So
That is
I thought it was
very good.
yeah,
So
they are strong, and for I think it's a 300-point unit.
only
It's
like,
so
they
cheap.
can't actually move to pile in now, unless this one isn't based. This one could pile in round this way.
Yep.
This
Also,
one
the
isn't
crackback
based,
to
and
Rich
this
is
one
just
isn't
not going to be
based.
much.
So these 3 here could pile in
No,
if
especially
you
he can always pop
The rest of them are
minus
so
1
they
to
couldn't
hit as
move.
well, so
These
he's hitting on
3
4, so it's
based.
less.
So I don't know
Minus
what
1 to
do
wound
there.
because they're
There is a
because of the
3-inch
Death Shroud
measure
rule.
there, should you want it.
2 up, 4 up.
And if I do
They should be
that,
okay. The only scary thing is damage 3. It is a dead Terminator for every save, so it's the pressure, even the mental mind games of each one's a dead one
And what toughness?
would
are they?
maybe discourage some lower level
He's
players.
6 is he as well? Same as
6,
you?
they're all 6s, yeah.
Yes, yeah, it could. I just think he could have stayed out of the heroic range, most probably.
Yeah, if he tailed around, he
They
could
don't
even have
to-
held
they
the
can
objective
fight
still.
through the wall,
Yeah.
where
If he was
they are,
careful with
only
it.
that one bank, them 2 could fight into
Then
there.
it's always because he
That
knows
one-
overwhelming. Oh, overwhelming
I mean,
force
if
is still on
it
the
can
table.
go
Sorry, he's
into
not
that
discarded
one
that.
Yeah, which is
Um,
thing to do. Anyway.
I
I'm
imagine
sure
so.
if Rich discarded it.
It's Rich,
He
that's-
definitely discarded 1
Yeah,
because he gained a
Rich
CP.
is overwhelming. So the secondaries are the left-hand side secondaries are matching this left-hand side scoreboard. So you got Death Guard and the right.
These are the ones
Nice.
that get -1 to wound if I'm
Stronger,
stronger
yes.
than them, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'll probably pile in there because I don't know that I want those 2 just running.
Now,
at the same
Rich
time.
really has to hope he kills every single Terminator,
Yeah.
Keep that off while you decide your shot.
because he doesn't have any fallback and charge strats.
No, he doesn't.
So I guess he could just fall back into the building and not get shot next turn. but-
That's another turn of the Terminators having a 4-inch penalty almost.
Yeah, it basically just makes the Terminators.
I think he kills them all.
Where they
I
were.
don't see him not with those Terminators. Plus the Chaos Spawn, a D6 plus 2 attacks each, hitting on 4s. They'll be wounding on 3s, AP2, 2 damage apiece again.
for sustained hits.
Yeah, I
It
just.
passes just.
Do we have real
6.
ones?
Not in melee, no. Only in
Reroll hit rolls.
Okay.
they have a full reroll to the wound roll in range, so the flamers, but
So
they're not going to be of
power
much
fist.
I
use.
see.
They are pistols, though. However,
Hit on 3s.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
oh,
Brilliant.
these are not going Chris's way.
Re-rolling. So it's one
Ignore me.
Use a strength 8.
Against 5, so 3.
3s.
3.
3, yeah.
AP.
Minus 2.
Minus 2, 6s. Damage.
2.
So, feel no pain. First one.
So
5
these
up.
are going into the
One,
Chaos
lost the
Spawn.
wound. Second one. Lost
Yeah, because he
2
has
wounds for one
some
down to
touching
2.
gas form, some touching
yes,
PCV,
the ones
some-
the ones that are forced
Lightning,
into it.
A cursed weapon, sorry.
and that's what. Yeah. So you have to attack who you're touching,
Yeah.
basically.
So all hit. This is strength 5, twin link.
So 4.
Gas form, if you don't kill them, but they
Good
do
job,
regrow
that's
every command phase. They're very hard to put down.
Yeah, they get D3 wounds back every
3?
turn.
Yep, 3 more.
Every command phase, sorry.
6s.
That's why I really like them,
And 1,
because
No, it's only one.
5 up. Feel no
it's a
pain.
very tanky unit.
1
can trade
down to
well.
1.
Yeah. Some
And
good
then,
saves from Rich there.
You've got one that has to go into here,
Not what. Not what
and then
Chris
these
wants to
3
see, I think.
into
No,
them.
not at all.
Yeah, so I'll do the Sorcerer Lord, seeing as we got him there. He gets 4 attacks.
What's his damage?
D3. He's only got 1 AP on it.
1
it's
AP.
It's strength
Oh, fair
6.
enough. Fair enough.
It's a force weapon, so it's not very impressive. So 4 attacks with this. 2 sustained. Reroll.
Sustained.
He hits
God.
3s, so,
I don't know why you're laughing after last week.
strength 6 this is.
10.
I can always laugh at
5.
sustained and lethal hits. It's great.
Oh god.
Ooh,
Nothing.
not the roll we wanted to
And then
see.
you've got the 3 into the Terminators. What's
So
the damage of these?
these are all 2 damage. They're all power fists. Well, one's a chain fist and 2 power fists.
Do I want a -1? Do I need to -1 damage? Or do I do that? No, I'll do it over there, so that's okay.
And this will take them all to their invulns anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Rich not spending the 2 CP for -1 damage in melee against the Terminators.
I just don't think there's enough attacks coming into him. That
No, he's got. I think he said he had.
cares.
I think he had 3 power fists and a chain fist. He said.
Hit on 3s.
Yeah, the chain fist is the anti-vehicle one. I think it has a
Yeah.
-1 to hit because of that.
2 back in for the sustained.
That's 2 more for sustained.
Strength.
This is 8.
So
4
should
to
be
wound.
3s
But
up
it
to
was
4s.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
-2.
4 up. 1 goes through.
It's only 2 damage.
Wow.
1 down to 1.
Some good saves there.
And then 3 attacks with the chain fist.
Thing is, like, we're saying this, but it's
Falls again.
Chris really needs like high rolls here, which is why
Yeah.
it's because he's in a bad position right now with this unit.
Saves.
Oh my gosh. Rich has rolled a hell of a lot of sixes.
He must have used
Was that
all
another
then.
double 6 then?
It was. It was.
Next fight.
Wow.
So
What's the damage on this dude?
D6 plus 1.
Ooh.
How many attacks?
He'll have 8.
Yeah, I don't know about that, don't worry.
What's the save on this? It's 3 up.
Is
Well,
that
to
might-
get mauled.
That might be a dead drone.
Okay, so I don't trust this guy. He always rolls like crap. So I'll put an extra AP on him.
What's the normal AP?
Oh, it's -2 on.
Oh, you don't need to spend that then.
On the, no,
Don't
because
need to
that's-
Yeah, so
spend
he's
that
pushing
point.
Rich to his 5 up
For some
invulns.
reason I thought it was -1, but
I'm assuming wounding
No,
on
no, that's
3s
the-
as well.
the spiders are all
Yeah,
doing
the
this
Venom
one.
Crawler.
So do my Dark Pact.
He's fine.
He's fine.
What's he having?
Ooh, with extra 2 attacks as
He
well.
just gets sorry. He'll get sustained hits,
Sustained.
and he also gets 2 extra attacks.
At least he's passing his dark packs and not
Yeah,
taking
he's-
the mortals.
Yeah.
So bright sides.
3s. And that's 2
It's an extra 2 for sustained as well. Oh god, this might be a dead drone.
T9.
Strength 14. So 3s.
Only 1 failed balloon roll.
So
That's a lot of invols.
Yeah, -2.
Why are Mall of Fiends not used?
5 up.
I don't know. Putting in a good show here.
5 go through.
Okay.
So minimum
So that's
5.
5d6
Hold on a minute, it's a
damage.
minimum 10. He's dead. D6 plus
Oh,
1
yeah.
is a minimum 10. He's dead.
Don't I even get to roll it?
Go on.
Because normally he does absolute rubbish. He's never done this much damage before, so that's a
Yeah.
lot.
That's
Damn.
dead drone.
If
That's dead
does
drone.
just
Nope.
get put into the ground.
I think I counted roughly. That's around about
What did you
30
say?
wounds in total.
It's not good. 3.
I still have that one.
That's the Molofine is what you want into sort of bloody Terminators. Death Star Terminators.
True.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
2
that's rough.
spawn and a rhino on there, so I've got 4 on there.
Yeah.
Are you?
And I'll
Is
just
he going to consolidate into the other drone?
more to the centre of the.
Uh huh.
No.
And
Looks
then
like
I
you
get
couldn't.
to fight over here.
Yeah.
Oh, the Terminators are hitting back.
He gets to go in.
That was stupid.
Yeah, this is where
He
he
needs to
really
roll.
wants. He needs to roll off well.
If they should. I'd be amazed they don't kill them, but you get that nervous feeling in your belly where you're like, I know for a fact he should kill. Statistically, it's 100%, but
I mean, Chris only needs 1 to live, and I think
I'm
he's
just gonna get lucky
fine.
with all of them.
Because then the Terminators are kind of stuck there for a turn.
yeah.
So he's got.
Nothing can really move through
deadly
that gap.
pathogen, so it's +1 strength and attack.
And then you've got the 2
And you're now-
Molofines set
you're
up to
T5,
just
yeah? You're now T4.
pound on them, you know?
Yeah.
So I get +1 attack as well. I'm strength 9, so I'm hitting on 2.
It's
or is
keeping
he
him away
freeze?
from the objectives.
Is he freeze? I believe
He's
he
been
could be
held
hitting on
back quite a
freeze.
lot here, isn't he? For going into turn 2.
It's 3s. The Terminators
don't
are 2s.
see-
So these are
I
3s.
don't see Chris not scoring
2 lethals.
max primary turn 3.
And then these are
I can if these
2.
Terminators die. If these Terminators
Oh, the
die,
Terminators die, yeah, 100%.
3 minus 2 and 2 damage.
we need to see Rich's rolls in Chris's hands now.
Yeah.
Just all 4-ups.
1 goes through.
That's 2 of them.
He's doing it. My boy is doing it.
That was just the character, by the way.
Oh.
6.
Yeah.
per-
In comes 6 Death Shroud Terminators.
4 attacks each.
That's a lot of dice.
That's a lot of dice.
Hit on 2s.
Oh, a few 1s in there.
A lot of ones. A lot of ones.
They hit
Only
on
a few
2s
ones.
by
Wow.
naturally.
Yeah.
See, this is why Lord of Contagion's so reliable.
2 lethal.
Rerolling that whole wound roll, especially fishing for lethals, is so nice.
And then I am strength 8, you're T4, so I won't choose again.
2s and 2s. Ooh, more 1s.
Okay, Rich.
That's a
rolled
lot.
bit here.
That's a lot of invols, though.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But
five,
every
six, seven,
every
Every
2 is a
two.
dead Terminator.
Every
Well-
2, there'll be 6 in total, including the character, so
Oh,
that'll be
you're
an
in
extra,
there.
an extra 4 on top of that. Extra 3, sorry. So I don't know if he actually can with just the Terminators.
Something else is coming in? Oh no, these are the 4-ups. These are fine 4-ups.
Damage each.
Yeah,
2 each.
that's not good
so
for Rich.
That'll be 1 dead.
Yeah.
That'll be 2 dead. That'll be 3 dead. And 1
And
down to 1.
Yeah.
3 and down, 1 down to 1.
Okay, there is an art to pulling casualties here.
Yes.
So to use one of these as a wing pass.
I don't know. they
Hopefully he
are,
doesn't
they
pull the
is.
wrong ones. You want to keep the
And
ones in
then I've
contact
got-
with a Death
obviously,
Shroud.
You've got 3
Yes,
dead
and
and 1
remove
down
Contact
to
with
1,
Death
yeah?
Shroud, basically.
Spawn are
Remove the
gonna hit
ones
you.
from the.
Can't I?
casualties.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
I
fair
could
enough.
pull away from them, so you couldn't attack them.
Well, I wouldn't
I mean,
be
you
able
can pull.
to, I'd be able to
Even
pile
if you
in
leave
3
one in
inches of
contact
wall,
with Death
And then
Shroud,
attack.
and then if that 3 inches got me within an inch,
Let me just move.
yeah,
so
I'll let you
it
do
was-
what you're doing.
So it was 3 and 1 down to 1, yeah?
Yes.
Or would you be able
Right,
to
let's see
fire
which ones he
anything
picks up
from
here.
the
This is
engagement?
important.
this Terminator unit has just become an expensive roadblock, though.
100%.
Yeah, he gets his pile in, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'll get on a pile in.
Piling in if you're not in base contact and you didn't charge.
Once those Terminators mostly dead now, so that's 180 points roughly, plus the character.
I'll take those two out anyway.
I think I have the.
So, Josh, could you pile in now with those spawn if they were outside of engagement range?
If they can get within an inch, I think yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you have to have
They
someone
should
within it within an inch
So that's
first.
3 and then
Yeah, that's
that guy down to a wound.
Mhm.
And then
But I
yeah,
don't think they are
And
now.
I think
You
the,
have to
yeah, I think the
time
gap between those spawn and the one at the bottom of the PVC is a bit too big.
Where did the 3 inch go?
Oh, sorry.
So I know if you charge, you can always make way.
Stuff everywhere.
So
And
I'm
I
not
think the
within
other
engagement
condition
range
is
anymore. Oh no,
You
through
have to
a
have
wall I am.
within an inch. One guy
Josh.
within.
I
Yeah,
am
it has to be
within
the
range
actual
through
the
the
unit
wall,
itself
2
has to be
inches
within
'cause of
range.
barricade rule.
Yeah. Okay then. Yeah.
Both of them are.
Okay, that's fine.
So they're going to get to fight into there.
Yeah.
Oh, they
do
do
I
reach,
want
okay.
To pile in.
It will
Except for
actually
where
have
I
to
am.
move though,
So I don't need to. I can stay where I am.
unless we're both within an inch.
I think the first one was within an inch, and the other one's base to base.
D6 plus 2 each.
Yeah, but the ones at base to base have to be in base to
One
base,
gets
in
4,
contact with someone
one
within
gets
base to base.
3, and I get 2 each.
Because
I
it,
love
they're
I love Warhammer.
yeah.
And they hit on 4s and they wound.
And
on
that's
3s.
technically not the rule either. It's like
Yeah.
within an inch, but it's weird. And then you can have
Ooh, Rich just rolled all those hit rolls, by the way.
Hey?
Do they get
That's
to feel
good.
no pain? 'Cause
I
I
mean,
think he
but-
just missed one
You
hitting
feel
on
no
fours.
pains in all of them. This freaking dice tray, I hate it. They wound on 3, so you got
Need to
4.
cut it, don't they? So
On its invul
4
again.
at -1. But minus 2
2.
because of my
Yeah.
contagion.
agent, yeah. So
4 ups
4
again.
ups again.
So that's 1 dead
Okay.
and another 1 down to 1.
Yeah, but you're right. Just to move.
Rules, they do live, I think. I don't see this more the PBC killing it in combat.
you have no faith. This is an
And
AP1
then I get
PVC.
3
I'll have you know.
attacks with the
True.
mortar with its tracks. Hit on 4s. I wound
That's
on
Oh, can
2s.
someone check Rich's dice? Jesus.
Nothing.
So, just
So secure no man's land you've got.
So those Terminators are tied up for
Sabotage
another
are
round.
in process of over here.
Yes.
I don't get a fight over there.
No.
I've got to deal with a freaking Mauler fiend.
let's this Rhino
2 in
basically be a free.
Okay, so
Just sit there in the middle of
on
the board
the
now.
scores, on the doors,
Yep.
I've got you down for 5 on secure.
Yep.
And they will raise a banner for you there as well.
Yep.
My turn. I have 2, so I get 10 as well. I get mission wise. Split that. I get containment.
Not bad
Is
at all.
that the board edges?
Ah,
Yes.
That
I
drone
mean-
can do it.
Not in my
The
detail.
drone can fly over
So what I
the
think I need to do
Terminators.
here-
the problem is the other side.
Yeah, the other side he's stuck for choice. I think maybe the drone's the right choice again.
Yeah, so
But-
that's fly, right? You can just fly
Yeah.
into
Yeah,
that
he can just
corner.
move where he wants.
But it is then showing the drone. Because I think there's only one place to
Yeah.
go, and that's like right in that building.
I get shot to fuck.
But that Rich is thinking heavily about this means
Yeah, he's not
not sure
content
what.
on it.
Yeah, he hasn't really planned out his move during that turn because it was under a few conditions of do I kill these Terminators or not?
Yeah.
What
I
does the
don't
smaller
see
fiend
him-
do?
Okay,
I don't see him getting overwhelming force this turn again.
Chaos Spawn heal D3 wounds in my
Oh, the
command phase.
bikers are on the
And your
middle
command phase
objective.
as well. They heal 2, so that
And the
one's up-
Legionnaires.
that one's up to
Those
3.
PVCs roll well for the indirect.
We go up a CP.
Yeah, that could have been
and I
slightly because he knows there's also like Rich kept overwhelming force
Yeah.
as well,
So
which means you really didn't want to put anything light on 2 objectives.
Sorry. Just
he got max on secure.
So I think that Venom Crawler that's protecting my home would be a lot better suited to
Be pushing up.
be pushing up and the bikes
Yeah.
being there.
Or even having that second legionary squad he has in reserves. Just holding that home for a bit, or even getting the cultists to sticky it and holding it until turn 3. Make sure the Death Shroud can't deep strike back there.
Yeah.
Mortal wound.
But then, of
Well-
course, with the indirect, you run the risk of him picking up the whole cultist squad like he did on that middle objective. Now you've got a huge hole for rapid ingress where someone else has got to come back just to plug it up.
I'm actually kind of surprised Rich didn't rapid ingress on turn 2 with his
The
Death
Terminators.
Shroud right into the middle,
Yeah,
trying to stay out of line of sight of
Sticky, by the way,
fiends,
now as well.
forge
There's that
fiends, and
one.
then
I think he'd struggle to do that
They become
unless he
sticky as soon as you
basically put them
control
where
my
the other
command phase,
Terminators were.
It's got to go round through my command phase, but it is also.
well, if you remember that
It is
big
always
Mauler
there now.
fiend, that's on that objective would have been further back, so you can maybe have got
No,
him in
if
like
I don't control
behind
it,
a
it won't
wall
come
in the
off me.
building.
Infected is there, it's dormant. The aura is only there if I control it.
Right, okay, great.
So the Marines there.
So yeah, he's moved one drone at the top there, I'm assuming for containment.
Sounds like it'll have marzipan in it or something.
Maybe.
No, definitely not.
A little bit, maybe.
These Marines here are getting out. Stay outside of an inch of that motherfucker.
So Mauler fiend versus Marines. Who wins?
Let me just double check what these Marines are kitted out with. I'm not sure. I think he did say they're more flamer heavy than.
Turn a little bit. And then
Do they still have the 3 grenades and then grenades?
No, that's only with the character that usually runs with them, but he hasn't got any characters with them at the moment, I don't believe. They're just standard Marines. They have 2 heavy plague weapons each, so they'll put a bit of chunky damage into them if they can, but it's then again, they're still wounding on 5s.
Just so you can get shots at you. And these guys here need to come.
Yes, and
this
there's
way so they're within.
at
Yeah.
the moment, with him moving the Rhino off the objective, I suppose when he charges back onto it, he'll control it and then can do his plague,
Yes,
sustain 2 hits.
because we might be seeing him using the Rhino to do containment and using the drone to do tank shock.
They can stay where they are.
That would be a good idea as well.
T9 as well, so you're getting maybe 3 or 4 on average rolling.
So there's
Might-
a lot of CP available
Yeah.
to both sides.
So they'll stay where they are. That can go.
It's interesting Vashdor is staying so far back. Like even further back from the Mauler fiends.
Yeah.
I don't think he threatens the game much, unless it's a vehicle heavy list. There's not much.
No, but you
True.
still use him to hold down an objective, trade him for something.
Yeah.
Because at the
Still a-
moment he's there supporting the Forge Fiends. The Forge Fiends haven't done much yet.
Does Vashdor give bonuses to those fiends at the back?
Yeah, I
Plus
believe
one
so.
strength to their-
He gives them
I think he
plus
gives them a +1 strength aura.
Yeah, strength, I think it is.
And he's got. He gets all the you can use all the stratagems on him now from the detachment, which you never used to be able to.
So that is his.
And he
10.
still hits reasonably hard with his hammer. So
Okay, so the drone is moving.
Do I want that?
Think
Okay,
it
had overwhelming
Should
force.
be within 9 of the
I'd
I'd be
Brother?
brother.
surprised if it wasn't.
Give me storm or wouldn't be easy actually. Do I go into the advance of his shoot? Put some pop shots into there. They're gonna hope.
So this turn, Rich is meant to be looking to
Okay,
kill the Rhino with PCBs.
Mhm.
Oh shit, what have we got?
Although it's not in contagion
And-
range.
Containment.
It is not within any containment range now, which
No,
does
so
worsen his
wounding on
run blow.
5s. Oh, he can still deep strike, of course, but
Over there,
that won't give him the range he
drone
needs.
will shoot at that.
Mm-hmm.
2d6.
Drone shooting into
Four.
the Rhino.
Strength 6, toughness -1.
Okay.
9, so still 5.
Yep.
So you got 3.
Okay,
minus
I've got 3.
Wow.
That's at AP 2, so he's actually putting some
3.
scary damage in now.
Oh, you saved 1.
So
Just
1
one.
damage each.
2 have gone through already.
And then you've got the plague bus.
That's why he's brought the Rhino out, is to get onto the 2 casters shooting.
Oh, there's 2 casters
The
in there.
rhino's going to shoot at you.
Yes.
So D6 on the havoc.
That Rhino's doing some work carrying 4 of the units. 2 casters and 2 plague
No, only
marines.
1 unit of plague marines. The other one's in reserves.
Oh, okay. So we've got
So-
1
Oh, there's a unit of plague marines in there as well.
These
Yeah,
hit on
the 5
threes.
marines in there.
Oh, sorry, there's the Havoc launcher.
And then it's strength 5, so 5s. So you've got 2 more at
I've
minus
got 2
1.
again.
4 up.
1 each. And then the plague combi bolter, I'm in rapid fire. 3 hits. 6s. 1 more minus 1 because of my contagion. Saves it. And then we've got the firing deck 2, which is the 2 plague casters. And we will hazardous it because we're not a bitch. So D6 plus
Amen,
3
Rich,
each.
amen.
Wow, I love
I mean, it goes on to a rhino, so who cares? Which also self-heals.
No, this is going into.
Auto hit.
Oh, it's going to the Rhino, would it?
6, so I want 5.
No, his rhino self-heals, right? I won't take the hazardous.
Ah, yes, it's a good point. It's a good point.
So 5 at minus 3. But
So it's
5 up in the way.
Yeah. This is just
D3
one-
damage apiece to.
That's everything. That's all that
This is
should.
just 1 damage. Though.
No, these are D3 damage each.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a minimum
could
of
be-
5.
D3 each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Oh,
10.
Okay. We'll see if he blows up.
that's a dead
Takes it out.
morphine.
No.
Doesn't blow up.
Wow.
That's an
Opposite of
overwhelming
blowing up,
4.
it just slunks depressingly to the side.
Probably just melted.
That is some
off.
good rolling
Well,
from
I
Rich
took
then.
them
Some
out of the
unlucky
rhino
saves from
so that I could
Chris.
throw a grenade if I needed to.
I
wasn't
mean, it
going
was on
to come out
5,
with
you have
that
5
either.
dice, you're only really supposed to 1.
Yeah, and he's.
They were literally there to try and bait it.
We only got
throw a
5s,
grenade
Rich
if I
rolling
needed to.
5
Yeah,
dice and
he's,
getting,
grenade skill. No.
getting all of them.
It might make him apprehensive about moving this next Mauler Fiend into
Okay, I've
that area,
shots over
but I
there.
think he should
there
still
is a
do it.
Plasma,
Yeah, he needs to start pushing that,
Go on
otherwise
in
Rich is going
there,
to
the
claim that and
champion's
hold
got.
it for the game.
24 inches.
And
yeah.
he could make it
Can
as
you
a
see the rhino?
big
Champion?
staging point for himself and his
Which is
army.
The one in the
It's him.
that one.
Deep striking
Yeah.
Terminators there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see that. So
that's
he
a
will
good
chuck-
spot.
he'll do his
Even the
plasma
staging
into
spot of
there.
Did you
the
do your hazard?
terrain
Has
with
the
the
two
Rhino
hazards
is now
left.
is a good spot for the Terminators,
fine.
although it's not as close as the other Super L.
Um,
It's still enough to make a good
plasma,
difference.
One shot.
Yeah,
Hits on a
yeah.
3.
I mean, with move 4, it's
Hits.
you want them as
Obviously, we
close
did
as
two
possible,
charges,
but
they're
yeah.
not Bitches, it's strength 8, your T.
Because it also pushes that next
And
rapid
you're
ingress
not within
further
60
back.
Yeah.
in the eye,
Which
so no.
it's the last turn of he can rapid
wounds,
ingress and be a big
minus
threat.
3.
So it'd be 6 up then, wouldn't it?
But you do get cover, so 5 up.
Oh, which I passed then. Okay.
Hazardous test. Fine. Over here,
I hate that hazardous and exploding
Um,
as two opposite sides
yeah.
of the dice.
they
Just
do
be
all
consistent.
Yeah. What we'll do is first, this guy will put his indirect into here,
Mhm.
the rough hail volley gun into here, and the spitters into there as well.
Okay.
So the
So he is
mortar
indirecting
over
into the
top,
Legionnaires that are sabotaging.
D6 plus 3,
Okay.
God, another
He's-
6 from Rich.
plus 1 for blast, am I right?
Yeah, it's only 5 on
So this is a problem with
Hits a
sabotage. Now he's going
4.
to, if he
That's
kills this unit,
10.
1 lethal, and then strength is 4,
toughness 4.
toughness 4, so strength 8, so 2s. So you've got 4 minus. Are you in contagion range there? No.
ECB's big guns,
not
36
quite,
inch
so
range or
just minus
24?
1, but you do get cover.
Which one,
so
sorry? The
maximum.
mortar.
Yeah,
48.
I see. So he literally has everything on to that
Um,
unit.
in
More or less,
here,
yeah.
the Raphael Volleygorn is 4 shots.
Do they all live?
Or 6 shots. No, 6 shots.
From all that as well.
Hits on 4s because I'm in combat. No lethals. Strength is 5. Your toughness 4 now, aren't you? Freeze. So 2 at -1, so 3 ups.
Don't count this. Oh, never mind. Sorry, 3 ups. Pass play.
And then d6 each off them. Oh my god, I didn't want to have to use them. Anti-infantry 2+. So you've got 4 on your influence, 4 ups.
All 4 ups. Damn.
So 1 dead, and how many wounds does this dude have?
5 on the sorcerer, I believe.
So he's down to 3.
I still
Let's
don't think
take
the
them out of
Alive.
range.
big Terminator squad is
here.
free yet because
No, they're
I
not.
think he might be within an inch.
So in 12 is 1.
He still has the chaos
3.
spawn to go into him as
1
well.
is
And
the
if worse
chap
comes worse,
again,
the
so
spray
that
is.
means- So there's 4 pistols going into there.
Oh, the sprays have already
The
fired.
Lord of
Yeah, haven't
Virulence
they?
is going into there as well, and 3 of
Yes.
them are coming into here. Oh no, into there. Do I do that? Is 3 enough to do that? I think so. Yeah,
Each
I do
one
get
of
to
these
reroll
pistols
the wound
are
roll because of the
insane.
Lord of Virulence.
Yeah.
So much
Um,
firepower.
So I've
Only
got
strength 3 though, so
3d6
he's wounding
going
on
into this
6s
dude here,
against
from
the
these guys.
Rhino.
I thought you said you went.
Pardon?
He's in combat though.
They're
isn't he?
pistols.
So you can shoot into combat no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
I thought that was only.
That is right.
Combat.
No pistols.
Well, it
get to
depends.
shoot,
He
they
has
don't
to
even
declare if
take
they're in
penalties, to be
engagement
honest
range
with
or
you.
not of them.
And then 1. So these are
How-
anti-infantry 4+.
He should be engaged range of vessels.
I mean, if those spawn were, then he
Rerolling.
definitely is.
4.
Do you
Oh,
get to
meant to be
re-roll
linked.
the whole wound roll? No, the character gives them a
minus
full re-roll on the wound roll,
Wow. Okay.
and they are anti-infantry 4 up.
And they're also AP1 because of the -1 armor.
Yep. And the character is actually twin link, so he can re-roll twice. Did you save all of them?
So he's down
Yeah,
to 2.
except 1, I think.
And then I've got
He does
4
not care.
full flamers going into there.
So that character lived. Wow.
1, 4, 3, 3. These also hit. They're strength 4, so I want 6s. Rerolling.
Of these dice.
They are some hot dice.
Just 5.
Oh no, there we go.
0,
Averaged out.
They were all still 5s. He somehow managed to pull a good roll even in a bad situation.
So it takes 8 wounds.
1. And then the Lord of Virulence, d6.
The virulence is still
6.
going. Ooh. So he is twin link, so he's twin linking, then re-rolling the wound roll.
Also hitting, and I want 4.
Right, let's stand there, Rich.
Say.
5. Reroll.
Let us see the dice.
Oh God. 2 minus 1.
He could re-roll again.
Ignoring cover.
Okay, that's him.
I don't think you can reroll a reroll.
Take 1.
One more.
Even with re-rolls and twin links.
Disappointed
No.
that's still
Yes.
alive.
You can't.
God, our Terminator rules are so bad.
And this one here into there as well. Oh my God.
Okay,
that's happened
what is doing
multiple times
containment
now.
for Rich?
I imagine. So the
2
drone at the top?
minus 1.
A
I'd
shot.
imagine the drone at the bottom. It shot the one at the top.
Both of those.
Yeah, and so did the bottom one.
So these
Rhino
managed
is my
to,
toughest thing on the board.
Oh.
they've shot. So this mortar here and that mortar there will go at your legionaries again. So the
Okay.
first one.
I imagine the
1
spawn
plus
can do it on
3
the
plus
objective
1 for
up there.
blast.
Or even the
4,
Marines.
I actually think the spawn in the
2,
bottom half can do
Oh,
it
it can,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
As
because
long
the
as
edge.
they...
4,
Yeah, it's the super L
and your
edge.
normal armor save.
But is that character still there?
It is,
2
but as long as the
each.
Terminator's
3
killed the
there.
character, I think it'll complete.
Terminator's failed?
Yeah.
I'll just
Terminators
mark
have to
one-
kill the
one of
character.
those.
in
Yep.
shooting phase for him to be able to do.
Ah,
that.
yeah.
That's rough.
I passed that one.
That's the 2 dead.
Yep.
And then the next one will target the same unit. For exactly the fucking same again. 4s,
His dice are starting to even out now.
2s, 2 more. So
So,
2
two
dead.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted.
So it's like this sabotage is going to be able to complete.
That's all my shots.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Are they in contagion range? It's
No.
only AP1 on the blade burst.
But it's got cover.
Yeah, so there's 3s to save. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
He did.
They do need to do a battle shock test,
He rolled a load of 2s earlier.
which might fail the sabotage.
Twos.
That's
And
right.
then
Oh, you weren't
re-
taking them off as it's happening.
No.
PBCs make infantry do battle shock tests after being hit, so if they fail the battle shock test,
Yeah, but it doesn't make them fail the sabotage.
it would because it scores at the end of your turn, so you'd be battle
No,
shocked at the
'cause
end of.
you start the action before your battle
10-inch
shot.
charge there.
Oh yeah, it doesn't
I would be able to
deny it
fight through the
midway
wall.
through, does
I
it?
would- Josh, these are within
I did.
an inch
I did
of
remember the other
wall.
Josh mentioned it with nids.
So if I obviously
There's actually a rule I
infantry,
wasn't
need to get to the
100%
wall,
sure on
which is a
myself, and
9,
that's
or do
learnt from a
obviously do I
stream.
measure to them?
To them.
I measure to them, so I need to make a 10, but 9 gets me into combat though, because I'm fighting through a wall.
Yeah.
So I still need a 10.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything over there.
Can re-roll it. He's got a lot of CP there.
I'm going to attempt to send the Death Shroud that way,
Mhm.
or do I? I'm just going to put them back in here actually.
Make sure he dies.
Make sure he dies, but try and get them going that way at the same time. I don't think. Obviously, I'm trying to.
Both
I'm
players have a
thinking
lot of
shooting at
CP
these
still in.
Yeah, it's all getting stored up.
I don't know what they're saving it for.
Me either, honestly. I feel like
I'd get still with the same.
maybe Rich was saving it for an interrupt and the -1 damage, but they're kind of
It
not
doesn't
going
mean
to
you
get
don't get
stabbed
flat
anymore.
made
It's
by
going to be more
12s,
shooting
yeah.
into them, if anything.
I've got no choice.
I mean, the -1 hit will definitely go up.
So they're in. We're just going to go.
Yeah, him being left like that was.
And he can obviously use smoke on his vehicles as well, so you can do technically 2 different units getting the -1 to hit if he does it right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And then-
They have to stay where they are. One's on one.
okay, so he has killed the Terminators now.
So overwhelming force.
The expansive
get the
roadblock is
morphine.
dead. Yeah, actually, we got overwhelming force
containment.
with only the Mauler Fiend.
These guys were still in.
Did he kill the Legionnaires there, Josh?
Say that again?
Mhm.
Has he killed the Legionnaires on that on the bottom no man's land objective?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're just hidden behind the
okay.
wall, I think.
Small overwhelming force.
I would say if he had, that'd be
Oh,
huge,
nothing
but
on an objective.
It would be. It would deny him 5 and also
small
make him keep
overwhelming
sabotage.
containment.
yeah, I'm not letting him score it. That'd be
And I
a
saw that
nasty
sabotage.
turn to 3 to go into.
Yes, and he gets
I
his
think
sabotage.
if he was, he should have
for-
turned off, because you have a turn off
Actually,
cover
no,
strap,
free,
right?
have I ever done that? Oh, no.
Yes, we do.
For indirect.
Sabotage
Yes.
for free.
So
We
should
have to
done
be able
that.
to.
I'll just draw your missions.
We don't actually have to see it. Just an enemy unit within contagion.
Cards off there.
So just,
Oh, but it has to be within contagion.
just confirm.
Yeah, so it's 6 inches. So you have to.
So you've done sabotage and secure.
I see. I
Yeah,
see.
he'd
So
be
it
he'd
wasn't
be struggling to get it
impossible
there.
for him. Yeah.
Dead pile.
That's it. So going into turn 3 for CSM.
So this is a big turn for CSM, but there's going to be a
10,
lot of
10, 10,
clapback,
26,
I think, into
Yeah.
these Terminators.
Um,
And if he's able to
got
take
the
out these
15
Terminators, I
fine.
feel this
okay.
side of the board is quite safe for him.
Yeah, it's very open then, especially that because the Venom Crawler's still back there as well, just behind the Legionaries.
And containment.
Yeah. Like, you could move out. If I was doing Chris's turn, I think I'd move that Mauler Fiend up to do the same thing the other Mauler Fiend did. Bring in
Yep.
the 5-man unit to make a
Completes
no
the
deep
legal
strike.
containment list, doesn't it? So
move a Rhino even further forward
Yep.
to push the rapid ingress even further back and get
yeah,
all
by
the
within 3
good
inches of
combat
the
guys
outside
ready
side.
to just
Yeah.
Yeah, so
destroy this Terminator unit with Mauler Fiends in combat.
I think the only worry that Chris might have here is if he moves that Mauler Fiend up to the same position the last one went to, he's got quite like a hard to tell pocket there for the Death Shroud to possibly rapid ingress.
I
There's
don't
not
think
a lot of screening there.
that's why you need to push a Rhino up with it as well.
Yeah.
But Raptors only have 20.
That's why I was thinking, and then you keep the Chaos Spikes there to secure that objective.
Yeah.
Maybe even put a Mauler Fiend on it
Yeah,
if
you
it can
get there.
reach.
And getting Raptors in there for 1 unit. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll keep both
Oh.
of those. I just wanted before.
So,
Ooh, is that a deep strike he just measured out?
yes.
Right.
Oh, and he got 2 containment, which is actually good if he brings in the
Put yours on as well.
I think
He has 5 Legionaries left, I believe he said.
5
let's
Legionaries, yeah.
on this guy again.
If he brings those down at the top, he's got the other Legionaries just on that objective still. They can do it probably within 9 there.
We got any battle shocks to make?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
battle
don't know if it
shocks.
died.
I think there's 3 Legionaries left. I
3
think that's fine.
legionaries
Yeah.
left,
Yeah,
so,
that's not
so
enough.
they're fine.
Okay, no battle shocks. So how much
Shame.
primary?
3.
15 primary.
Just kind of show you the benefit of the kind of MSU meta we're in at the moment, where it's even small things like that that stopping the battle shock from losing a large amount of units is quite easy when you're not having to do activations for each small unit.
Yeah, it's MSU, but it's MSU in the right places. So you can't just have a load of models on the field and be like, well, it doesn't matter where I am, I can do missions. You need to have some firepower backing up the MSU.
Unless your name is Jordan Davis. In which case you absolutely can.
I mean, but that's MSU with firepower that backs up itself, right?
Yeah.
Vegetables got
Forge Fiends are moving towards those Terminators. I do not see them surviving this if Chris rolls normally.
Yes, this is. Yeah, the movement here is like a little bit not the best, just because you want to make sure you can see multiple Terminators in
Oh,
case
is he now?
Yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
think
you
of it,
shoot
would you? But
It's
one
not
off
always
and
optimal.
yes,
That's what I was just
but
checking.
it's still fine.
Are we looking forward to the Christmas party, gents?
I think I've signed
Yeah, I can't wait.
Very much so.
something that is it
What
Ben's
Ben's doing
organised
the.
or Matt's organised?
Oh no, I have a tradition at Christmas at the minute. I go off and play silly little games, like card games, like what Bears versus Babies, that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been at Christmas before. Like even when we were at the old place.
Free food, man.
So,
It's mostly chaos. 100 wargamies all in one room, free lunch, raffles, prizes. It's a big thing for our club, so it's going to be good fun. Usually silly little games because the night's usually consumed by raffles and eating and other nonsense.
750 points of.
If there's board games, I'm in it for board games.
Might even take
Yeah,
something other than
me
the
too.
Chaos Space Marine.
We have got a 750 point
Last
narrative
year, Ben
game
did,
arranged by our
Evenings around the
40k officer
respawn on
Matt.
that.
Should be quite
Chaos
fun.
thing again, isn't it? So,
Yes.
So
You know what Matt's bringing, right?
Not a clue. I imagine 3 grown clean ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. I think
Maybe
he can
4
afford.
if he can fit it in.
I think he can afford 3. One with the endless gift.
do the same trick again.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We've also got.
God, I wish Death Guard could use that.
We've also got the Wales WTC practice weekend coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, all weekend.
I will be taking. I don't know yet. So
Death Guard.
I'm thinking about taking a weird Eldar list for lols.
You
with
in
as many Wraith Knights as I can fit
WTC
in the
thing
list.
as well. Are you?
Run guard.
No, it's just for practice, you know. But yeah, I should probably
Okay.
run guard. Yeah.
Meet the team. Or what members are coming.
I'll be the only Englishman at the event.
Oh, you're English, Josh.
I am English. Purebred, as you say.
with a
Breathe
with a
the
surname
same
like
air as me.
Burns and a ginger beard, I don't think you're a purebred Englishman.
Actually, no, I actually am a
What's a
quarter
pure
Irish.
Englishman when it's at home. I don't think there is such a thing.
I've had some sad confirmation that Matt will not be playing. You'll be just narrating, so he will not see 3 grown clean ones, unfortunately.
well, you know, be it's good for everyone else.
I think what I'll do is put them over here.
Okay. So are these bikes just here to deny this objective?
Yeah, he now out OCs them.
Are we surprised if the playcasters don't just go for it?
These will jump out of here.
Well, the casters are still inside the runners, they can't overwatch.
No. What?
I suppose
They
that's
can, right?
good.
Because you just said watch your Rhino and Rhino
Million
can shoot.
flamers.
Yeah.
We're firing
there's
dead.
just flamers everywhere.
Was that the rule? I thought you couldn't. That's not how it works.
Yeah, of course. I'll move this back. It's just going to reverse.
Yeah,
so he's in
no,
his
I'll
that's
do it with
how
the
it works.
Rhino.
I'll be having words with John.
So it's the Havocs. Gets 2 Havoc.
Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
No hits. The
We're never wrong on hot
Plague
dice.
Bolter,
No.
It's actually
nothing.
both.
100% right.
And then we'll hazard.
It depends who's shooting, you or your opponent.
For so it's plus
I think that's just
3,
called cheating.
so plus
It's called
6.
optimal play, Josh.
God, no.
Strength
Don't
6,
turn into one of them players.
toughness,
Uh,
-1.
One rule for me, but not for you.
So, what's going on here?
Flamer Overwatch from the Plague Bus.
Okay.
toughness.
Okay, so yeah, he is overwatching from the Plague Plus.
4 down to 3.
No, 5 down to 4.
Right, so I won't freeze.
Answers on a postcard what Eldar list I should run on the weekend then.
So it's 2.
I think one of the raffles is the winner of the
6
raffle
at
decides Josh's
-3.
army.
Well, unfortunately, it's before the raffle.
And
No.
cover from this?
Do you want me to send you my Eldar list, Josh?
Yes, so -2.
Oh, you're coming with Eldar?
5 up there.
No.
Oh.
But I've made an Eldar list, so I'm slowly building up.
So
Oh,
2.
don't stop playing Eldar.
First one is.
Have you
2
seen my
damage.
models? They're so sexy.
Next one is.
I know,
3
but
damage. So
Okay, what
how many of these?
I don't enjoy the thought of playing against your Eldar.
Nah, it'll be fine. It's not got combat. Oh, so that was up the bikes.
Did you like all the new Eldar reveals, Josh?
New Eldar
I did.
reveals are beautiful.
Look,
Can't wait.
Oh, different Josh.
And the Death Court look nice as well.
I will say the new leader for the Warp Spiders looks incredible.
Yes. She is one of the best looking models they've released
Yeah.
for a while, I think.
Back zone,
They might have managed to recruit one of the AOS designers to do a single model for
I
40k.
don't know why they're the only Marines that are still on like 25mm bases, but it's a bit odd.
Yeah, the 40k models have been lacking for a while, I think.
But just in terms of content as well, we've not had a ton of model releases. Obviously, we had the Blood Angel release recently, and they've had a lot of box sells of bundles or deals with the Christmas like starter packs, but we've not had new fresh
Is it an action?
No, it's just,
units for a while.
Yeah. Although that would have been at the end of your movement phase. wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
they're more just refreshing
They're
ranges.
not quite there
'cause
yet.
They're just so old now.
Yeah.
They're not quite
Well,
there.
God, I think although it is a joke in the club of my youthfulness, I do believe I'm actually younger than the majority of Eldar.
Wholly within. Is it?
Like, some of their models were legitimately from 1993 or something.
Wow. The
Yeah.
late
Within
1900s.
your deployment zone.
Barry will remember their release.
Yeah, let's see.
At 40 years old in first edition.
And then, yeah, and they can stay on the objective at the same time, so.
Hatchet strays. I'm sorry, Barry.
I have to clap back sometimes.
What do people in the chat think the score's going to be at the moment?
We haven't really had many predictions. I can give mine with how it's gone so far.
What would you guesstimate, Josh?
Right now, with where he's positioned everything, I don't believe, like, he's put up it's like a bit random what these Maulotheans will do now into these Terminators, without having like a combat unit
What did you say? It
Yeah.
was an action?
backing them up
Just behind.
for extra firepower.
Sorry.
I am.
So
going
I would
to-
say
Am I going to Ingress there?
about 11-9 to the Chaos right now.
is a hard one. It's one of those ones where, depending on how the rolls go, it's kind of up to chance. So if I think the Legionnaires there have just come in above Rich's home. If they make that charge, Rich scoring no primary next turn, that's kind of massive.
9 is there.
That is actually.
That's huge.
Putting
So
him
it
on
has
to 0 primary is.
0
wow.
primary going into turn 2. Into turn
Let me
3.
tell you, it is scary being on 0 primary on for on your
Yeah,
turns.
so from experience, you know.
Yes.
Well,
I think that can affect a lot of players' psychology going into that round as well, knowing that they've not scored 15. The opponent scored 15, they've scored 0. It can throw your mind off a bit.
it's usually my strategy in any war. I'm a bit of a smash player when it comes to WTC because I want to give my opponent a turn where they're scoring 0 primary early game. It usually breaks the back of their resistance.
Whether I come here or not.
Your cruel mind tricks there, Josh.
Yeah.
I want to break the player.
Well, he couldn't break me, so that's fine.
And to be honest, the other side of that, our game last week was, you know, I knew I was going to struggle late game. I couldn't grind, you know. So I was just trying to score big early and deny him early, but it just didn't work out.
I agree. I thought the exact opposite. I was like, I can grind.
I think this is a rapid ingress here coming in from Rich.
This is a good spot.
Yeah,
Wow.
he is forcing activations here. So those 2 Forge Fiends are the 2 things that are the scary, I'm going to shoot you. So they've got...
How good of a spot is it really? Because, right, look, this unit comes down the back, sure. It's scary, but if you don't make that 5-inch charge, if you go towards the safe objective, I feel like you're out of the game for the whole game. Because then you've only got 4-inch movement, and there's not much you're going into, except maybe turn 5 you can charge onto the center. You kind of have to go towards the middle to kill these Forge Fiends and that Vashtor and Technomancer, but it's not really giving you points unless you draw a good secondary to go with it.
Movement, isn't it, then?
True.
But it does position your game to be a lot better late game.
I'll start over
Yes.
into them.
Gives you a lot of ball control at that point. So Rich is going to have to make an important decision of whether he wants, especially since he might get 0 primary next turn. If he, hopefully he doesn't freak out, is able to choose ball position rather than scoring.
Keeps his composure and doesn't let it get to him.
Yeah.
So is this some dark packing for the Mauler Fiends? Or
No, this is Venom Crawler.
Venom Crawler.
For the unit I've just put in there.
So get 12 shots.
Ooh.
12 shots.
He rolled 2d6, I assume.
12 shots?
Yeah, 6 on each.
Oh right, it's got double guns, is it?
Yeah, 1
Okay.
on each side. Yeah.
Bollocks. That is a lot of shots going into the Terminators.
It's not a flamer though, is it?
No.
No.
I think if he's also dark packed, he'll get the +1 to wound on it as well.
I'm going to spend a CP and they will be Cloud of Flies.
Okay, so then -1 to hit for the rest of
Yeah,
the
but
round.
6 to help because it's crit 6 is to hit.
Huh?
Oh no, it's Shooting Face. Sorry, I thought it was an Overwatch. It's his turn. Sorry, carry on.
Cloud of Flies, so they're -1
These
to hit.
backseat drivers.
I know, yeah. -1 to hit for that unit. I bet I've got stealth basically.
Okay, yeah. So hitting on 4s then and exploding on 6s.
All as well.
Yeah,
Free
not bad
Who
at all.
cares about Cloud of Fires? Just roll 4s.
And their strength 6.
Do you want 4s?
6, so 4s.
Doesn't proc his -1 to wound either, so he's just hitting on blank 4s.
Oh.
Ooh.
Made up for that, didn't I?
That's the
2?
averages.
So
He didn't proc
only
his
AP1.
dark pack for
AP1,
the
so
+1 to wound
freeze.
either.
No,
Saves.
Right,
they're fine.
He can see me.
Yep, same again from him then.
Same again, 4s again.
So the other Venom Crawler doing the same thing.
Packed.
I mean, wow, he's meant another like 11 shots,
Passes.
10 shots.
No, that's dark pack. Oh, that's number of shots.
No, that was
that's
Dark Pack.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he has Dark Pack this time.
And
4s
4s
again.
This is what I love about Chaos, is that sustained it's such a good thing to have.
Yeah, it's
Go back in.
It's so nasty to go against.
And
just makes
then
one
like
click
after
Chaos.
having it on my combat, it's such
Just
an
pause again.
important
Pause
thing.
again.
And in shooting, it's just even better.
Bit better.
Yeah.
4, 5.
He should be getting +1
He's
to
not.
wound if he's dark packing.
Do you not dark pack? No.
You did. Why is he getting +1 to wound if he's dark pack?
Because
It
he gets
says-
+1 to wound in for his
One.
detachment.
2 damage each or 1?
I was getting, yeah, I didn't do +1 to wound, did I?
Okay, no, you didn't.
No, I completely forgot about it.
Oh,
Two,
do you have to pick it?
2 damage for 1.
Yeah, you have to
dead, 1
invoke the
damage for one.
contract.
No,
Ah.
I'm forgetting about my own
It's
attack.
like pushing the button for orcs.
So wait, you don't get sustained and the +1 to wound. It's
No, so
one
you
or
can
the other.
you can choose you get both, but you choose to basically push it further. So it makes the test harder, but you gain another benefit if you pass it.
No, I think you
I
get
see.
sustained as Chaos because that's what you get.
You get to
when you
choose
dark
between
pack.
sustained or lethal,
Or lethal.
on 6 system.
And then your detachment rule is that you can choose to get +1 to wound, right?
Yeah.
It's +1 to wound on demon engines,
Yeah.
or 2 extra attacks in combat.
Yeah.
So,
It just makes the test one harder.
Which was a bit stupid. So Melter Tendril will be out of range, but you can fire with everything else. Can't
I'm in 9 now. I'm just outside 9
yeah,
now.
it's got a 6-inch range
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Melter thing that you spotted. So
Is he equipped with everything else, is he?
yeah, he's got 3 pistols. So, D6 shots from his flamer. Oops. Do you want me to re-roll that? Or
Fiend
take
mate
the 3?
asking if
Sure.
all
I'll take
the
the
Fiend's
three.
gone through a wall yet. Yes. it has.
Yeah.
Turn
Yep.
1. You missed that.
Did, what was it?
No,
30 odd wounds.
It blew up.
There'll be another one doing it in a minute. So
Yeah, there'll be
there's one
another
more.
one.
I mean, Rich killed Molofine number 1, but can he kill Molofine
Well,
number 2?
God, I hope
So-
not.
This is only strength 3, so it needs 6s.
If not, it's gonna chew through most things there.
Plasma pistol.
I think he has. For the playcasters
so he
being where they are.
Was
yeah,
that
they're in
a
a good
pistol that he's
position.
just
Yeah,
fired?
they're all pistols.
Alright, fair enough.
He's got three
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pistols.
It's
We're
either
about
pistol
halfway
or
through the game,
the other
gents.
weapons.
Yeah, yeah, it's
We're turn 3, so we're
got 3
good progress.
Yeah, making better
Plasma
progress
pistol,
than
not
most
overcharged.
people do.
Mm.
Pussy.
I don't get any benefit.
Oh,
from
he's
it.
I think
gonna
by
die
now we
next
just
turn,
finished
don't we?
deploying for you, Josh.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll charge you.
Oh, right, come on then. Let's go. Go into Typhus. Precision out Typhus for me.
He doesn't even have that, so
No, you can give it, can't you? In combat. You can give them precision.
was this
Epic challenge.
this is stronger than you, so this has got
Only for
fours, isn't it?
characters though.
Is that right on them? Yeah.
Yeah.
1 at -2.
Did you roll to hit that, did you?
Yeah.
Minus
That
2
was
with
the
4 up damage.
It's only 1. I just wanted to kill that bloke.
Killed him.
Okay.
Was that Terminator
I'll
dead?
do the
I think that's
fortune
2 Terminators that have died so far.
Where to?
intellect.
Yeah, it would have been. There's only
And
4 there
double
now.
control.
So he's shooting backwards into the Terminators here.
And
Alright, this could be some
he's the
scary
one
shooting.
without
It's
+1.
3d3 shots.
so
I actually
Goes to
don't agree with it though.
Or was it
Because they've already
yeah.
clouds of flies,
Yeah.
so you're at -1 to hit.
Yeah, it's
The
got
other Terminator
fours.
unit is mostly
he fails.
the
so
better
he'll take
position to grab
D3 plus
objectives
1.
next turn.
Fails Dark Pact as well.
3.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would prefer to
In
see
theory,
the
could you blow yourself
Morphines
up
into
before you
the
shot if you did
front
Yeah, I
Terminators,
agree.
but
If you
Yeah.
dark packed it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And
Because you allocate the wounds before you shoot, don't you? You do dark pack, allocate the wounds, and then go.
I think in the index you used to do the dark
Yeah.
pact, and then you could
Yeah, you do the
you
wounds
got to do
afterwards.
everything first. And I think with the like the word bearers detachment, if you fail the dark pact, you don't even get the bonus, so you can just take wounds and. Whereas it used to be you got the dark pact regardless, which you still do with all the other
Yeah.
detachments. But I'm pretty certain with the word bearers one.
So what you're hitting on, or is it how many shots
So
first?
3d3 shots,
7, 8.
8 shots.
These are some big shots going to the Terminators as well.
So it's like exploding on 6s.
he does have reroll hits here as well, I think,
Does he?
On 4s and exploding
because
on
of
6s.
the Tech Marine.
I hope so.
And
And
then
then
this is-
T6.
this is strength 11 this will be.
No?
So your 3's back
No,
to
maybe
4.
not. Maybe I read
I'll
it
get
wrong.
+1 to wound.
So you go
I'll
back to
double check
3.
for you
So
now, just to make
threes.
sure.
Oh, you have to invoke the contract.
Ah, would you fail?
AP?
3.
So 4 up.
I see.
Freaking dice tray, Josh.
And it's 3 damage each.
3 damage each.
It is killing a Terminator shot as
And then
well.
the other
Wow.
guy will do the same
Yeah,
thing.
that's the scary part.
Dark Pact. Past that time. I'm also forgetting. I should have rerolled hits with him because I'm an idiot.
Oh, so he should have, yeah.
Because he's got the.
Yeah.
Look at us, Josh.
addendum, which is the whole point.
I know.
Let's go.
Gives them all
But
the
you know, it's easier to remember rules when you're
Yeah, when you're
like,
watching.
gods
Much easier
flying
when you're
over the
judging.
battlefield.
3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6. So
Not as many shots
we
here.
should be hitting on 2s, but I'll be hitting on 3s this time.
Yep.
Re-rolling the hit roll. There we go.
Rolling.
Got one.
Nice.
And
Game
then
one.
put that one back in.
Got one sustained, so it's evened out.
4s. Oh no,
No,
3s
yeah,
because you
plus
got the
one.
+1
Yeah,
to wound,
so
don't
it's
you?
4 more at -3.
Ooh.
4 ups.
She's a good
And
roll
all
here.
saved.
He gets it.
Oh
Wow.
my
Wow.
God.
Flash door.
He's in it.
Killing one Terminator
What's
with
his range?
2 Molophians shooting is ridiculous.
I will say this: seeing a roll like that, it feels so much better to
So you
watch it
have
happen and
behind
happen it to you.
containment. So you're
God.
doing who's doing your other containment, or you're just doing one?
I'm only doing one because there's nothing.
Oh right, fair enough.
Only one for
you know,
containment.
that I could do.
Yeah, well, he could have, couldn't he? But
Yeah, I think it's probably more important to.
okay. So just the one
Try
containment, yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought I could put it on.
The Vashtor will fire in range, is it on this? 12-inch. So you'll probably have to go forward into the.
He can't go that way. He can go into the drone.
Yeah, he'll go into the.
Could he get the Terminators if he wishes?
Ashtor's about to just murder a drone
Yeah,
with
it's
his
gonna-
anti-vehicle
Yeah.
shooting.
Yeah.
Is it dev wounds as well or not?
No.
it is torrent though, if I remember
Those can
correctly.
get devastating wounds, but others
It's
can
Torrent,
get
it's Strength
something
5 and it's AP2,
Yeah.
anti-vehicle
But
4+.
also
It's only
with
damage
that,
1.
his number of
Damage one's not too bad then.
contacting
Is
is
he
low.
dark
Puts it
pact
onto its invul.
No.
No.
No, this
Yeah,
is.
it's not as impressive as I
not
thought
for
it would be.
Okay.
Just
Kind of got the Mortarion effect of its shooting's kind of meh.
So it's anti-vehicle 4 up.
Flamer.
Yep.
Damn it. The AP.
-2.
I get cut. Does it ignore cover?
Don't think it does.
No, just
So I'm
4 up
in.
and
I'm in
4
cover, so -1.
Oh.
So 4 up.
There's a whole damage.
What? How many?
Whole one.
Okay.
One single damage.
Okay.
Slightly underwhelming.
Anti-vehicle
It's
4
just
up.
like
One
Ashtor
damage.
is not impressing me so
This is how
far.
I hit you with, so.
No, if it makes a charge, then I'll be happy. But
That's for the drone.
I don't see him shoving a
Any more shooting?
Vashtor into those Terminators.
Bikers here into these
They
guys.
could have continued.
Also, it'll give him heroic as well.
Yeah.
But then they won't be able to charge or shoot.
No, I just.
Actually, he wouldn't be able to fit around, would he?
Just,
What's the AP?
That drone seems to be blocking off the
Depends how far you roll.
rapid fire
Yeah.
it's, 8 shots. I'll do this for lethals. So Dark Pact, so lethal hits on 6s.
nice.
So 1 lethal, 4 hits, and then
T5.
4, 5, so 3 no AP.
3 up. Save them.
Okay.
God, Richard's. I don't think Richard's failed a save yet.
I mean, the Terminator's up, but
We
Rapid
ignore the
ingress.
Terminators. We ignore them.
Into the Terminators.
Yep.
If you ignore all his fails, he's made every save. To be fair.
yeah, that's how that works.
Dark Pact for lethal again on these as well, which is fine. Hitting on 3s. So one's lethal, those 2 hit, and then
Doesn't have sustained.
Sorry.
Lethal.
no. and then these will be 5s. So 1 no AP.
I think this is just some random shooter
Yeah.
going
And
into
D6
Terminators.
from the Havoc launcher.
+1.
Yeah, the Rhino.
Trying to kill that one wound guy off.
Yes, get him out there.
2 hits. And then strength 6 in the Havoc launcher.
5, isn't it?
Strength
On the Rhino.
I'll take it. 1.
He gets one of them.
0 AP, I take it. Saves it.
Here it lives.
Did you say they were going to shoot into his
Oh,
bear?
they may as well, yeah. Sorry. 1 shot with a melter. Hits. Was it strength 8?
T5, so you needed to freeze.
Okay.
Did it go through?
No, what strength?
On the
melter?
Poxwalkers?
Sorry.
9.
Yeah, this is just some raptor
Okay.
shooting. into him, I
Poxwalkers are
think.
T4.
Is it 9 or 8 on the melter? Because it matters. Did you hit? What? Hold on a second. It was on T4.
I thought you said you were 5.
No, T4 on the
T4.
POC. Sorry.
Yeah,
He did
it's
say
strength
T5.
nine.
So,
Oh yeah. So
so
no save. No save. I got. I feel no pain. So what's the damage?
We got an expert here to call out Rich on everything he does wrong.
I am a Poxwalker
D6
master. I run
damage?
20 of them. That's 10 more. 10 more times the experience.
I'm not going to save that one. But
I do like
Jesus.
the
No.
20
Kills one.
Poxwalker tech just to make it so
Attack.
people can't get rid of Pull the Horde.
Pistols,
Yeah, and you can put Typhus with them as well, which is lovely.
4s,
I mean,
nothing.
sure. Who cares?
It's just a fun little thing you can do. So you can run 20 Poxwalkers of Typhus, and the way the Poxwalkers work is for every model they kill, they regain a dead Poxwalker, and Typhus's little plinky Doom Bolt actually counts towards that as well. So you could get, if you're going into like, if you're down to like 10 Poxwalkers, if you can kill off 6 cultists, you get 6 back. That's 6 5 up feel no pain bodyguards back. But
Fair, actually.
it's just a
The
big
next-
model. It's a big unit to
To get
move.
his base the other side of the wall.
And he can't deep strike, right?
It's like a 5, isn't
No,
it?
he can't do anything basically.
So it is, yeah.
Base the other side of
It
the
is
wall, I think
very
it's
slow.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
But it's fun. It's a really fun thing to run. I'm considering running it for my for the Christmas narrative, just for some little quirkiness they can do. Ooh, the Molofiend's in.
Morphine is in.
Vashtor will charge into your other
So as long as nothing there dies, if he doesn't charge those bikers in, he does
So he's going
deny
to
that
be a
primary
9.
again. So it's down to 5 primary next turn already.
Yes.
Doesn't get it.
And the bikers have charged into the Plague Marines, though.
Ooh, have they?
Yes.
They'll need a 9 to go into these.
That's bold, because all
Start, they wouldn't be there. They'd have to be.
the Marines have got 2 heavy plague weapons, so if he doesn't kill
It'd be in a
at
conga
least
line rather
4 of them,
Oh, okay.
There,
they're
that's
hitting
9.
back hard.
So 9 is there. And then obviously 9 from
So it would have been like that. And then
there. Yeah.
My apologies, sorry.
All good. Nope.
Ooh,
Same as
he
the
failed
other.
it. Does he CP re-roll it?
How many water charges have you got?
Yeah, that's it. He's considering it. This does push Rich back a lot. They die. There's a 100% chance they die next turn.
I'll just leave that for the minute. So
Puts pressure on there, right? And it's worth a lot of points.
Yeah.
So I'll do the bikers first into.
Oh, so he's not re-rolling it.
Yeah, I mean, unless he has a plan for a CP.
It's a
But
lot of
he
CP,
has-
yeah. So you're back up onto... back up onto 3 next turn anyway.
For lethal hits, which they're fine on. The 6.
Yeah,
And then
I mean, you get an interrupt next turn.
four attacks
which
each
you
with
might
their
need.
chainsaws.
You get.
So
I'm not sure if he has any 2 CP strats. All his strats are 1 CP.
I'm T5.
Yeah, they're only strength 4. The chainsaw.
So 3 AP.
3 AP1.
4 ups. Damage.
Some dead Marine.
So pass me the Belcher dude, which is one of them should have been a Belcher. 1 second. I'll swap him for a Belcher dude.
So yeah, Rich has got, because he's doing such a heavy flamer list, in a 5-man squad he can run the regular anti-infantry 2-up flamer, or the special flamer, which is anti-4.
And
It's a bit worse, but if you're running a full flamer list, it's there.
Passes.
It's a thing.
Yeah, Rich is the first person I've ever seen to run it.
What do they normally run?
So the special weapon, you get 1 for every 5, and you can choose between the Belcher, which is a 4-up flamer, which actually got no AP and is a strength weaker than the regular flamer, or a melter gun or a plasma gun.
I see. And
So-
usually it's plasma or melter, I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Priest wins. Sorry.
I run melter on mine, but a lot of people run plasma because the captain can also take a plasma. So then you have, in a 5-man squad, basically 2 power fists, 2 plasmas.
Minus
Sorry,
2.
3 power fists because of the captain. 2 plasma guns, and then usually like an anti-infantry 2-up flamer, or the grenade launcher, which is 2 damage
minimum
apiece.
of 10 is dead.
So the MSU version
one
of
more.
Plague Marines is actually really scary in Jack of all trades damage.
Flamer
It's
dude,
just they're so slow that you want to have a Rhino with them as well, and then that's when your points start adding up quite quickly.
They shouldn't take an explosion from.
How much points are they usually a unit?
90.
So basically just have
So I get to fight back with the Marines.
It's just we haven't got access to your Havocs or your Raptors or anything that's got a bit of movement to it, so
That's fine. So there's
a non-Rhinoed
one knife.
Plague Marine's usually a dead Marine if it's trying to move somewhere.
3 heavy weapons in there. So the plague knife.
Yeah, and it's
is 3
so
attacks,
slow, it's not getting
7
fast.
threes,
No.
1 hit.
Yeah, an inch makes a
toughness
lot of
is
difference
4 now,
in this
isn't
game.
it? So 4.
And it makes a lot of difference in life,
Back.
Josh.
And then there's
It
3
does.
heavy
It
weapons.
really
1,
does.
2, 3.
I think it was Plato who said that.
Piss poor. There's 2 lethals. Strength 8. So
So wise man
twos.
is what I hear.
And you've got 4 at minus 2 and 2
82.
damage. 5 up. Both dead.
So, yep.
Yeah, so see, he's now lost the objective because of that, I think.
We will consolidate onto the objective.
Yep, because now he's on the objective and he holds it, so now Rich is now scoring.
Yeah.
He's now scoring 10 next turn.
I think it was just a bit of wishful thinking. I think usually people do
Five
overestimate their damage potential quite a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of people forget that
Um,
Plague Marines, although we're not as tough as we were last
Okay,
edition,
so my
we
turn.
are still T5, which makes a huge difference for your standard Space Marine profiles.
So we're
Because
scoring.
a lot of your strength's like strength 4, isn't
we
it?
had a behind enemy lines for 1,
Yes, yeah, and
3 points,
yeah,
and then we
it
had
does
a
make a
massive
containment
big
for 1 as
difference.
well for 3 points.
winning on
Sorry.
5 support.
Sorry guys.
Granted, it's one of the few things that actually make a difference. That and Power Fists, the 2 big ones, but...
We're just scoring up now. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 3 on containment and 3 on behind enemy lines. And I currently have it as 50-26.
with painting score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We haven't added painting score yet. So going into your turn 3, Rich.
Missions. We've gone up CP. Missions. I get marked
is
for
important,
death
Rich,
and
now.
sabotage.
Mark for death and
I mean, you got a 10 from a potential 0.
3 units, please, pal.
Yeah, 100%. But Mark for Death and Sabotage are not what he wants to draw right now.
Vastral,
Uh-huh.
the Chosen,
Yep.
and him. I
That
don't,
one?
I don't know what's what. There's no good options, is there? Really?
Yeah. Well, I think with Mark for Death, you can
Okay.
kind of force your opponent to go into
Vastral,
areas you kind of
that,
want
and the
them
Chosen,
to
yeah?
by picking
Yeah.
units. I think if he picked the top
That's not.
the Venom Claw, yes, he would
Just so it's an inch away from me.
send Rich that way and give him
Yeah,
a,
just
you
an
know,
inch
a deny himself a 5 and give Rich a 5 for a 10. But it would bring that Terminator squad out of the game for a while.
Yeah, they're not. They're probably getting into turn 4. They're staging, maybe charging the Forge Fiend if he doesn't move it. But if he does move it, it's turn 5 till they're really getting back in the game.
out, and he is actually going for that Venom Brawler. So that Forge
Okay.
Fiend.
I'll give Rich's 10 primary then. Just quick.
How many wounds does this thing have?
Only
Oh.
4 wounds.
I'll back in just a moment.
Yeah, so that Forge Fiend circle is gonna mostly be keeping it for the rest of the game, or until the very end of. And it's a big threat to these Terminator blocks.
Yeah. I think I agree with you about where they should have gone. But equally, I think it's hard to say that sitting here. Easy to say that sitting here when you haven't got that threat.
Yeah, look, I think looking at a game from a top down and looking at a game from where you're standing is two wildly different things. I think these Terminators, if they get a big enough charge on this Rhino, they might be able to slingshot themselves towards that up objective. Has to be a big charge though. That's kind of where they want to be in this game, just in that middle.
Sorry, gents, if I missed much.
You have missed basically nothing.
My contagion is 9 inches now,
Mhm.
so okay. That puts all of that in contagion range. It's just down, so what can we do about that?
Rich has got some big decisions to make now as well. I feel like the decisions he makes now is really going to kind of shape the end game quite a lot.
Yeah, I think the last turn for the Chaos and this turn for Rich was mostly going to be two most important turns they've had.
Yeah.
In terms of movement and what they commit.
I'd be surprised if Rich doesn't bring out that the Plague Burst Crawl at the top to try and take out those Legionnaires with the Flamers.
And they heal in every phase.
They can get within range without being open up to the Forge Fiends.
I feel like these Plague Bursts now should be able to.
They can start pushing forward now. He's got nothing else to bring in, I don't think.
Not even just pushing forward, they should have been able to get direct line of sight so they're not hitting on 4s to push up their damage a bit. So I think that's what Rich needs a bit more now, is just consistent damage.
Yeah.
Like, you took the gamble on the sabotage because it was a big point swing, but yeah, so bringing these out to get that mark for death on that middle unit.
I'm surprised he hasn't kept those Chaos Spore inside that terrain to score sabotage. Because I don't see where else he can do it.
He can do it on his top.
Well, there's
with
the
the
spawn on the
spawn
top
as
one,
well.
isn't there? Yeah.
Which I think that's for like both spawn are pretty safe, but
Yeah.
I think the other spawn are gonna try and take off 3 Chaos Warriors on the objective. Try and swing it his way.
Yeah, 100%.
Spawn. I'm just gonna go. Let's go 8. So spawn may as well.
But in the next few turns, the players should be looking to score at least 1 or 2 15s to get their primary up to max.
8.
I feel like out of the two, the one who might struggle with it the most is going to be Rich. Well, and then again, so he's sticky that home objective now. So there's nothing that can charge on there.
Yes, but I have a Raptors if one guy lives, just muse on it.
2.
True.
True. Hit for 2.
So it's kind of made them Raptors a must kill.
Yeah.
He's also taking the Rhino off of that objective at the top. So if those Marines die now,
I'm wondering what he's going to sabotage with now. Them spawn have moved off.
top spawn moved as well.
Unless he's just going
Not
to
doing
ditch
good
it.
with the Death Shroud, is he? Okay, no, good.
Typhus' ability onto that thing there.
Yep.
Just don't roll a 1. A 1.
Oh, is he not
Oh
blown
my
up?
god.
You said
Oh.
don't roll a 1.
Oh my god. The first time he's whiffed a roll all night, and it's the typhus roll.
I take
You-
D3, which
He
is 2.
summoned that from the depths of hell when he said anything but 1.
Yeah,
No,
oh my
there's
god.
4 flamers
Wow.
into him.
But you know what? Fuck Typhus.
Both of you still got
He does it.
because he's the one that did the.
They're not on Typhus, no,
I
it's
love
just on the
Typhus.
unit.
Okay.
So 4 pistol flamers. Do I give it?
How is 80 points?
1 AP.
I do not know.
Well, we'll find out next week. He might be a bit more than
Yeah, if he doesn't go up, I will eat a Plague Burst Crawler. Like, he is so cheap
I
for his use at the moment.
will.
that. Can we have that on stream?
Eric Blight? Eric Blight for a,
Oh.
for a pip of
Yeah,
AP.
that's true. But if you're looking at it, are Death Guard performing so well that they need to be hit with an Earth Bat? I don't think so.
Yeah, so I'm going to give
Yes.
it a pip of AP.
Are they?
For,
I think my win rate is
for 1 CP.
Quite high, and maybe
53
One
if I
of you
remember
promised.
correctly.
Blight.
yeah.
So it will be -2 with me contagion.
Like,
And
when I
I-
went to I went to the RTT with Warhammer last weekend, and
range of an ejector.
although by no means am I saying I'm a terrible player, but I'm still quite inexperienced in terms of tournament play. I managed to go 2-1 with it against Retcad and Votan,
So these
which
are
kind of shows you that
is the
even
infantry? So for
if you
anti-infantry
ignore
support?
player skill, the army itself is capable of going against quite heavy gunline armies now, whereas I feel like at the start of the edition we were
2, 3, 4,
quite
5, 6,
exposed when it came
-2.
to our range.
And you're not even running like the 15,
1
18 Death Shroud that everyone else
God
is.
no. Yeah, the current meta is
Is he
3
a free
Preds,
obviously
18
based?
Death Shroud and
Yeah,
Morty.
so I'm just
So he's taken 4.
4. So I'll spend 1 command point just to try and annoy you and keep them alive.
How many wounds does he
So
have?
this is.
All right.
Why, have you still got some more to shoot at?
Not from there, no. Did it?
I thought it was worth a try.
It was indeed, and it was worth a try on my part, to be honest with you. Just try and get rid of the fucking thing.
Oh, the rerolls have gone.
The plague bus will go into this thing here.
Yep.
So havoc.
Do we dig?
2 on a havoc. Freeze. 6s. Oh no, it's not. It's 5s I wanted anyway. The plague bolter. 1 lethal. 6s. 1. -1.
For that.
1
Yeah.
damage. D6 +3. Oh fuck.
So yeah, with these Plague Bears coming out
Obviously
now,
hazardous.
it's these raptors are in
so
trouble.
they're auto hitting strength 6, toughness.
I will say though, he has
9
positioned
down
his
to-
Lord of
10
Virulence
down to 9.
Down to 9, yeah.
So I
in a
want
way so he's
5.
not got great vision. So his Terminator Captain, which is the one that gives him +1 to
-3.
hit with
So you
and
don't
ignore cover on his last weapons,
Oh, that's
isn't really putting much threat out.
D3 each.
I mean, he's got range to the Chaos Chosen.
2,
Yeah, the Chosen are in
3,
range, but that's it.
4, 5.
And I guess they are the mark for
6.
death target.
They are the mark for Death Tower, yes.
And then the
But if 3 PVCs kill, the Chosen will be amazed.
I know there's 2 of them are in line of sight.
Will throw a grenade.
Oh, did none of them raptors die?
None of those raptors
Oh.
died.
Not shot 'em yet.
Oh,
So you
Okay.
got 2 mortals.
okay. So 2.
And the plague marines will shoot.
This is just everything into a
And there's
mall
a plasma gun. Oh no, we got the hazardous tests on that rhino. Fine. The plasma gun has overcharging. Oh shit. Hits. Strength 8, so 5s. 1 at -3. I think on 1 on your invuln saves it. Hazardous test. Fine. And then there's the plague spewers in there. D6 for.
This is all happening at the top of the table.
Strength
Yeah,
5
so
to so 5. You've got 1 at -2.
Yeah, this is all just going into
1
this
damage.
Mauler Fiend.
Mauler Fiend, yeah.
He's on 1 wound.
He's got 1 wound left.
Lives the whole thing, unlike his brother,
Yeah, I can get that on the charge. There's nothing else that shoots him.
and a grenade.
So this one here.
In one Overwatch,
We'll
and I
put
think
his
it's
flamers
gone.
into the
But
chosen.
Yeah.
it does, you know, at least
Ooh,
get one
big.
CP out of it.
6
What's this? This is the
flamers into the chosen off this drone. Anti-infantry
That's
2
not
plus.
bad at all.
Holy shit.
Anti-infantry 2 up as well.
Yeah.
10 of them
Nice.
at minus, I think it's -2 because you're within 9.
Are they within 9?
They went with
No,
the
you're
nine.
not in 9. So it's only -1.
Still, not ideal.
You
So minus
get
one's something to
cover
sniff out.
on
It's damage 2 as well, right?
most
No,
of them
don't
anyway,
bother.
so
Oh.
So 3 ups then.
Yeah.
Generally.
This is why when the Chosen got out, they just need to be
Chosen have got 3
used,
wins.
you know?
Wow, it's a lot of
Need
sixes.
to reroll. That's pretty cool.
So it takes 1.
Holy shit.
It takes 1.
Right.
Not getting punished for a mistake there, I think. So it ain't over yet.
So you with
Doesn't he? He needs to be wholly within the building.
he's,
There, doesn't he?
he's sticking out this side on purpose so I can shoot you down here.
Alright.
I'm drawing a line of sight off this, down the side of the building.
Is that?
Does it have true line of sight?
I find this like the whole like the.
Yeah, so if
The whole
I
thing
was shooting, if I was
confusing.
trying to shoot in that direction, I need to be wholly within. But because I've out of the building and shooting here, so
I'm
here
sure in one of my previous games I did. It was
So-
doing something similar to that.
the flamer will go into here.
Yeah, I was going to say. He's got line of sight past my rhino anyway, has he?
He's
Yeah,
noticed.
through the gap there.
Okay.
So
That-
the mortar
Oh,
rough
what's
hell
that big
volley gun.
group it does?
Yeah.
and the flamer into there. So the flamers 2d6.
And like, as long as the players agree on something, that's
Yeah.
5,
I think that kind of overrides.
Strength 6 on these to T
The
8,
fine.
so 5 again.
the fine print.
Literally.
3, 4, -2.
Hence why we're encouraged so much to play by intent. It's the WTC way now,
22.
especially.
Yeah. So 4.
Yeah, I mean, especially on a lot of streams that you watch online,
And
it's
then
a lot
the
of players just
Rochdale
helping each other
volleyball.
out, basically.
Yeah.
Is rapid fire 3.
I feel like the culture of
hits
40k
of
has moved on
3.
quite a lot from
Is that? Is he within
some of the
12?
old videos you can find online.
Yeah, from what I've heard, because obviously I've only been playing since prior Nexus,
Literally just.
I've never known anything par supportive players.
Yeah, 3.
Obviously, you get the odd mercenary at an RTT or a GT that's
Strength is
there
5 to
for the wrong reasons,
4.
99% of players you come across now
2
want you to do well as much as they
0
want to win. So they won't give you the win for free,
Right.
but they'll be like, listen here.
And then the mortar at the same unit is 2. plus
Stay an inch
3
back and I'll be
plus
out of
1
range.
for that.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 then.
So I do see you. He sees you. So I ignore cover on this weapon.
Okay.
And I get +1 to hit as well. So I go to 2s.
Okay.
I still roll a couple of fucking
And roll
ones.
one.
1 lethal.
Fuck.
So 2 at -1.
Okay. So 4 up.
And 2 damage.
So.
Is it a 5 chosen 1 character?
I imagine so.
I found it.
No. There was multiple on the floor, mate, so I've just picked up one. I think it was a white one.
Is Rich losing all his dice?
Oh.
No, you just drop the ones that auto roll 6s.
Oh, right, yeah. You can't lose them.
No, Josh go crazy, losing his dice.
These will shoot at this with all of their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone in 12? So the Lord of Virulence and 1 Death Shroud will shoot at this unit, because they're within 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are going into there. The champion's one of them, so that gets 6 flamers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the 6 going into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. And D6. 3,
Oh, because he's got 2. Isn't
3.
he?
Yeah.
Yes,
26
Miss Rhino.
flamers.
I think you actually want Miss Rhino to die.
Yeah, but he's got 26 flamers into there. Wounding on, it will be 6s, but obviously
These
can
are
reroll as
only
the captain.
strength 4 into 8, so I want 6s.
AP
The thing
1.
is, you kind of want this rhino to be a slingshot for you. Sometimes it's best not to just kill stuff. Like, if your Terminators are so slow, you charge it, gain some extra movement, and then if you gain a lot of that on that charge, you can make sure you slingshot yourself towards the middle objective
4,
as well.
Yeah,
minus
which
1.
is the huge pivotal point of Death Shroud at the moment. That's the reason why running so many works so well. If you can't slingshot them, they kind of just do nothing in terms of movement. Whereas by slingshot them, they almost like triple their movement in one turn.
2 anti-infantry 4 plus. 2.
And the fact that you can roll in advance and get
save.
150% of your movement is
And then D6.
Insane.
Yeah.
Dude.
A load of virulence.
Yeah, so it's an anti-infantry 2 plus. So minus 1.
That one actually.
1 damage. That was a mistake. Mortar is going here. It's still +1 to hit, and it still ignores cover. Rothhail volley gun. Flamers.
And he's far enough forward to get
12 inches.
line of sight past this, is he?
Yeah, I can see you from anywhere on this part of the model here. Look, this bit of the model. This bit of the model sees you here.
Less than an hour
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, I thought you were shooting these guys, sorry.
Oh, up to there, yeah. The front,
okay.
the front of here.
Yeah, sorry.
So this one here, the mortar into there for the full 9 plus 1 for blast still, or have I killed one?
There's 5 of them.
6 plus 3 plus 1 for blast, so 10. This hits on 2s and wounds on 2s with lethal. 1
That's a
lethal.
good roll, man.
Then 8.
And I think they're not within 9, so it is still AP 1.
But I mean, there's so much dice, and
It's
it's so
4, 6,
like reliable
8,
damage.
9 at
It
minus
basically
1,
doesn't matter.
ignoring cover.
But you don't even mind if you don't kill them all, as long as you kill all the chosen.
So,
Yeah.
what's the.
Because then you're able to get mark of death still.
Go to.
So one of them's on either 1 or 2 wounds already, I can't
Would
tell
have
from
to
here.
declare that at the
So one will kill
before
that guy,
selected
and he's got
unit
another
selected
PVC
spell.
that still doesn't
But it
shine
gives you
to him
a
yet.
6 up invuln and the benefits of cover, but
Yeah,
I
you ignore
I
cover
ignore
anyway,
cover.
And there's no point having 6 up, but sorry.
It's yeah, minus 1, 9 at minus 1, and then
2
2
each,
each.
isn't it? So, 1 dead. There's 1 on 2 already, isn't it? So that's 2 dead, 3 dead then.
So I think there's 1 left
Rothhail
that he needs to
volley
kill.
gun, I only get 3 shots.
That would be
Hit on
huge. A mark for
3,
death would be quite nasty.
Wound on 4.
Yeah, I think this game is just coming
3,
down
1
to
at 0 AP.
CSM not using his units
Yeah.
to 100%
maximum.
capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's great minds
But-
think alike here, Josh.
Fine, and then the flamers into here. Fucking seeing ones.
Yeah. I say I have a great mind myself, but I
Well,
don't
between
have
us, we
that.
have years of experience, don't we?
So you've
I
got
feel like I'm
5
pulling
Most of
in
them are yours.
99.9% of that experience for sure.
Yeah, so that's all of them.
1 each.
So it's 2.5 then.
And then this one will do exactly the same again.
Yeah, so this should do.
We've got
This
3
should
down
hopefully
to the
take out
middle,
the last
and
chosen.
then the flame-
If he
so the
doesn't,
flamers and
then
Rothhail
he's
into there.
stuck.
Sorry, can you show me?
That's
can you
5
get
more
the
secondary
line of
gone.
sight down
Down the middle
It's an
there.
extra CP at the end of the turn if he risks it, but
there? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry,
Two-
so
2.5, you
should,
said?
unless you get lucky and then maybe you try and re-roll it as well.
yeah.
So the
Am I right in saying if you
mortar
don't score mark for
top
death and keep
for
it
the
for your
6,
next turn, it's the same 3?
Yes, it should
3,
still be
no
the same
blast
3.
this time.
And you can
And
make
these
sure, I
on
think you
2s
still
and
store
move
it
on
in
2s.
their turn as well.
True, yes you do.
Same with stuff like bring it down and
You assassinate the annoying ones.
assassinate, yeah.
2, 4, 6 minus 1s here, ignoring cover.
Yeah.
Oh, you need 2.
Does he have an invuln?
Yeah, he's got 4 up.
So slow roll until he dies.
Yeah, that's fine.
Safe.
He lives.
Dead. Is
Okay,
he 2 or
so
3?
he's got marked
Oh,
death.
so another one.
Oh.
Dead. Now
No,
you're
it's a
4
mark.
up. 2 wounds. So when it's marked for death, Do I have to kill the character as well?
Nope, just the unit.
Just a unit. Huh? I don't
Big.
need to kill a character.
Yep. I'm giving that now.
Yeah. But at least the character will score him.
That's
Won't
one
have to
mark.
save a battle shock anymore.
No.
Oh shit. They can sabotage.
Rich
He
just
just
realised.
Sabotage
When are you supposed to announce that?
during the shooting phase. So sabotage map for death. I've got a map
I think
for
he's
death.
realised
didn't
he
put
can't
the
score
10
sabotage
primary,
now.
'cause I had that one as well. And then I've got a map death. So that's shot. So then it's the Raphael volley gun into him as well. 2 hits.
Well, we might force a battle shock.
And 1 wound at 0 AP.
I mean, it'll just on battle shock though, right? At the start of the command phase.
And then the flame.
No, but if he's below half wounds, he'll have to get battle shock in his phase. I mean,
11.
True.
6, 7, 8, 9,
so he is down to
11.
3. So I think he's
I
still
think that
he's
you
at
could-
half, not below. So he doesn't have to.
That was crap. So 11 minus 2.
Wow.
It's the
Four raptors,
flamers.
man.
Yeah.
So if he rerolled that charge and was able to stick that PBC on
That'd be
Major,
huge.
That one is
that would have been
Huge.
So,
2.
but one's down
It would have
to
denied
1.
Rich 5 primary.
2.5.
He wouldn't have been able to get marked for death for it because he would have been -1. He'd been stuck doing indirect, so he wouldn't have got the last guy. And those raptors now be coming off
Charges.
the movement of it.
and you'd have to send
there's a
something to deal with it. 'cause
charge
the
over
Exactly.
walkers wouldn't be able to kill him.
That's
You wouldn't
massive.
store your home for a while.
And we get a 10.
These rich rolls so far have been so good.
It looks like the Chaos are just running out of stuff now. Like, they've got 2 Forge Fiends, a Mauler Fiend on 1 wound, Vashtor, a small unit of warriors, and then
we've got a
2 Venom
Yeah.
Crawlers, soon to be 1 Venom Crawler.
No, we're gonna go in with the Rhino.
Well, he's within an inch anyway.
He
Oh,
now
they
holds
shouldn't
that
be within
objective.
it. We're gonna go in with the Rhino.
Okay.
So Rich has now gone from holding.
So put the Rhino in and I'll tank shock you.
Okay, the Rhino's going. He's not putting the Marines, and I hope
2, 4, 6,
because I'm fairly certain it's about to die anyway.
9,
It's on 1 wound, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
2,
just need 1 5.
4, 5 more.
It's just 5 Rhino, wow.
Tank shock the Mauler Fiend.
Wow.
out,
So in
baby,
1
with the
turn,
Rhino.
we've gone from Rich possibly scoring 0 on primary
Yeah, but it was a
and
case of
only getting sabotage on
basically
secondary
what I tried to do
to getting a
there
full for mark for
was
death and
not give you the
15
option
next
to fight
turn.
me first. If that makes sense.
Yes.
That is a huge swing.
So my thingies
And
here.
look at all that
That's
CP
right.
that he had saved up is
Yeah.
gone now.
Need a 8 to get.
Mostly
within
used
an
on basic, just
Okay.
mortal straps.
Yeah, your standard keep me in the game, keep me going.
inch. Don't get it.
Oh, is he charging?
Okay, so we'll leave that as that.
No, he's
Or
not.
do we try and do we no? Because they're no, we'll just go fight over there, mate.
Who failed the charge there?
Sabotage with
I
them.
believe Death's
Yeah, oh
round.
no, these ones here are going into there.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, sorry, that was
think it
the,
was
the
Didn't they
spawn.
just try charging into the Rhino?
No, they
Into-
tried charging into
yeah.
there. They tried charging into there.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? It's on 2 wounds. Okay, my bad. Just over there.
Okay.
Just over there.
Rich.
So Typhus gets 5 attacks, hits onto
Oh.
strength 9.
He's only going to be toughness.
Oh,
He'd be
bless.
back down. He'd be down to 2.
That'd have been
right now,
massive
so
as well. That
Typhus
stops
gets the
him
wound
scoring
on
primary.
freeze. Wow, the first one I've seen all game.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It's,
where was I hitting before?
it's a shame that he
When they're not
confused
overshooting.
himself there, but I
Yeah.
think he's
There's been plenty of times you've been.
in such a good condition with ball control now.
I know,
that
yeah.
Infantry.
doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, and stream pressure's
So
definitely
you've
a
got
thing.
3 minus
Yes, I
2 and minus 3, so you're in one, 3 each off Typhus.
Plus, everything was going so well for him. Why wouldn't you try a bigger
Six.
charge? Of course, you're gonna get it.
How many wounds does he have?
You know.
Nine to start with.
Down to 3
Hey.
wounds already.
How many?
He starts off on 9.
Alright. And then there's 3 Death Shroud, yeah?
Oh, that was just
So
Typhus
12
going.
attacks.
That was just
I hit on
Typhus.
2s, I wound on 4s. Lethal.
He's wounding on 4s because of the contagion as well. AP 3.
3d4s. Wound on 4.
Yeah, this minus 1's toughness, like, it does make a difference sometimes.
That's massive.
Yeah, there's quite a few things in the game that it makes a huge difference. And there's a few more where it's a case of you're one off again. So
And these are
minus
2
2,
each.
you then be wounding on an extra 1. They're always the annoying ones.
You know, you can't have every. Oh, this is a dead venom crawler.
Damn it!
Doesn't
We love
explode
it.
either.
Where are they?
Alright, so Rich is basically secured the top side of his board.
Entirely, yeah, there's nothing that can get to him
Entirely.
now. And he's still got quite a lot alive. So he's still got 6 Death Shroud alive, 2 Spawn alive. All of his Plague Burst Crawlers
Yeah,
can
end of
start
that
moving up now.
I have raised banners over there for 1 as well. I know
Yeah,
that's
and
what
also
we're
he's-
Oh shit!
There's not a lot of just units to hold
I don't
rejected
get
now.
effect
He's
on it.
almost
Do you mind
guaranteed
if I
to
bring
score
on a
15
unit? I bring them on in my deployment zone, like either this side or that side.
turn 4, and I'd imagine 15 turn 5 as well.
They can die. It's up to you.
No, sorry.
They can die,
Yeah,
or like I said,
no,
I'll bring
I
them
agree.
somewhere where it's like
Yeah,
I don't
you
see
bring
what,
them on.
unless he kills off
maybe
the
1, 2, 3 here.
the
4, 5,
Marines
6 there.
on the top objective.
1, 2, 3.
That stops him scoring that primary, because the other 2 are sticky, so...
Deployment zone.
You can't get the angle. There's no angle through that.
I forget the perspex
Little
there,
gap.
isn't it? Yeah.
So they've-
The-
if you said no, I'd have let them do
The
it.
main reason this
I know
map
what it is.
hurts for shooting armies.
Just make sure that
So
is.
let's score that up, gents. End of Richard's turn 3.
So I get a mark for death.
Yeah.
I got a raised banners, and I am attempting a sabotage here with some spawn.
Spawn or something is sabotage, right.
Right, this one sabotage?
That's it.
I think they're
Your
just collecting the
turn,
perspex.
focus.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
your unit not have to be wholly within the terrain? Just sabotage?
And
No.
so what
It just has to be wholly outside your
Sorry,
deployment zone.
So we're going on
Go-
to turn
I'll do
4.
that. I'll do that for
Yes,
you.
yes,
There you go. You're on 4. I'm
Yeah.
on 1.
Because I
So take and
got
hold.
both of those, didn't I?
Yeah, you've done them ones.
Yeah.
Get rid of them.
So mark for death and area denial.
Ooh.
Oh, so area denial is pretty good, isn't it?
Marked for death. We will give you that.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of CP available.
Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, I think you're redrawing mark for death unless Rich picks wrong.
100%.
I'll give you typhus because that doesn't take that off me. Sends
Watch him say the
that
Death
way.
Shroud now.
Can get that way. So yeah, 1, 2, and we'll go with the pox. I know what you think. I know you think it might be daft, but we'll go with the pox.
This is Rich
So
actually
the
making a
pox,
clever
the
decision.
rhino.
Because that forces things away.
Obviously, you may want
If
to
he wants to
redraw
go
it.
for it.
Redraw it for the CP if you
He's
wish
like,
to.
well, I can score it, but
Is
it's
it
not
worth it?
guaranteed. And
No, just leave it as it is.
No,
it's not really helping him progress the game
Yeah.
in a right direction.
Chris is keeping it.
So marked for death and area denial. Area denial you have already.
But I've got to do a battle shock on him,
No.
haven't I?
He's
No, it's not
only
below half.
Is he below half now, or is he 5 or 4 wounds?
Oh, just double check. Sorry. It's 5.
So he does need a battle shock. You may
If
want to.
fails-
Okay.
If you fail
Oh,
that
okay.
shock, you get 0 primary,
Yeah.
right? Or do you
No,
get-
no. Well, here, my question is here. You've only left 1 of these on the objective. Was that intentional, or did you want more of them?
For,
Huh?
I thought there was 2 on there, to be honest. But
Maximum, basically.
So
Battle line.
that one is touching actually. So are they 2 each?
Yeah.
So I'm only 3.
yeah.
So yeah, you
And
would
so
get that
I was
one.
going to auto pass him.
So you're going
but
to auto pass him.
He gets the once a turn reduced command point.
So he's
Kind
going
of thing.
free.
New
Is
orders.
that a free or is it?
In case you get a free insane
New
bravery.
orders, no, not new orders. Sorry, or
So
insane
I don't
bravery.
have to pay for it.
Usually you
Yeah,
only
so
get
you
it when
pass
you're leading a
automatically.
squad.
Yeah, it
so
might
you
be
get 10 on
squad
primary.
led.
You sure about that?
Is it just a standard Chaos Lord?
Yeah.
I am not sure.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Talk to these.
Yes.
And then you have.
So he does have 5
death
wounds.
area denial.
No, it doesn't say
you
he has
get
to be
the
led.
big area denial anyway.
Oh wow.
Can't stop that.
Once per
Yeah.
battle round.
Is that when do I score? When does that get scored?
That just
Chaos
means
Marines
you
and
just
or
need to be
coming out on
within
top of
3.
Yeah.
Space
Yeah.
Marines again?
Nobody within thingy.
So
Yeah.
it's 10 on primary there.
Um, and I need him to be within 3 of the centre, don't I?
Thought I'd lost connection there.
We need something
same.
to be within 3 of the centre.
Oh, just went quiet on the southern front. So, I think.
What would you do, Josh?
Okay, well, I'll move him up. So he's within 3 of the centre.
Right now, I would just focus on this middle objective and the bottom objective, because that's the only thing you can do. I'd maybe move Ashtor up to either block off the Terminators or just tank them and shoot the 2 Molofiends into them again. And also save a CP for a tank shock with a Rhino.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the stage now of damage control almost, of how much can he deny Rich. From flipping this to a full onslaught of just everything cleared off the board.
Rich also, I didn't realise Rich has brought in, is that a unit of Plague Marines at the back there?
Yeah, Rich forgot to bring those in, and so they diced it to see which part of the board it would come on.
Ah,
So
okay.
He'll be alright to shoot
didn't
back
want to
from
put it
there,
in
won't he?
a position that
Yes.
would influence the game.
Yeah, so long as you pass. Obviously, that's actually
Yeah,
there's
fair.
an inch gap there. So if you were over here and you didn't, because if obviously I know you're touching
still
the
shoot
terrain,
down the
you can
side
still
of it.
down that side
Yeah.
because that was an inch gap there. It
Yeah.
depends whether you can get the angle, but yeah, you can
Yeah,
shoot. Like I said, if you were trying to shoot that way through the building, you couldn't unless you were wholly within.
Yeah, okay,
Because
fine.
you're shooting out of, and you're sticking out
Yeah,
this side.
That's what I thought didn't make sense about
Yeah.
it before, but I just get confused with that.
Yeah, if you ever want to have a practice run through at anything, or even just question rules, more than happy to help.
Yeah.
If I can't,
It's
if I don't
normally
know,
one of those ones like you think about when you're playing. Isn't it?
Well, it's good
Yeah.
to play. This is one of the reasons why in the league, in the club, and WTC, it's play by intention, because you can get caught out yourself if you're moving something quietly, going, "I'm going to move this here" without saying anything, with the intention of doing this, and then you get to shooting phase and you go, "Well, actually, you couldn't have. You can't actually see there." It's good to be like, "I'm moving here so I can see X, Y, Z." Obviously, you've got to choose when you say it because it could give away a strategy, but it's more often than not, it saves you if you're playing by intention and being very vocal about what you're doing.
And also, it creates less bad moments as well in a game.
Yeah, which you want to avoid. You know, it's little things like dice etiquette when you're rolling, you're removing your misses rather than picking them all up and saying, "Well, I missed 3," because then it turns into a he said.
Sorry, gents, did I miss much?
No.
Oh no.
I have seen Vastor has made a large move though.
Yeah, he might have after ended up on the other side. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Someone's overwatching.
here comes the Overwatch.
Fair enough.
That is rich down to 0 CP though now.
I do agree with that one.
So no cloud of flies, no.
I'm surprised he's. I suppose the Rhino blocks a lot of line of sight for them, Dress Shroud.
You can see, yeah.
Anti-infantry 2+. 9, -2.
Remember, guys, the game half the time is true line of sight.
Yeah.
There's only 35 minutes left.
Oh, just barely.
Yeah.
What is it? That until we finish, or?
Yeah, we're turn 4 now. Anyway, your
It's
turn
only turn
4.
4. It's
Yeah.
turn 4, so we can get through this pretty quick, I think.
I'll just kill all my own people.
Literally, march the Lord towards me, not realising the like,
Flames of shit fire.
flames of Nurgle farting on you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's intending to shoot one Forge Fiend at the
Right.
Let's hope not.
the Mark for Death Poxwalkers, but I don't think it has enough firepower to actually kill
It
them.
hasn't. It has 3d3.
Shooting, and I'll start off with the venom crawler over there into your.
Vastor's there. What do I fucking do there?
Do that.
I can't do anything. I got no CP.
Dark pack. It fails, so he'll take D3 for 2.
He's in 6 inches of Vastor, is he?
Doesn't help any.
Does it?
No, it doesn't make any difference. So he'll be down to 7. You put a couple of dice on it. He'll be on 7.
Failing your dark packs at this moment of the game is not.
Yeah,
You don't
it's-
really need to try and.
If anything,
get
it's a
as lucky as
morale
you can.
deteriorator.
Yeah, it's just
It's
one of
punch in
them. It
the
may
gut.
not matter too much, but it's just
Hitting on
makes you feel
3s,
bad.
Exploding on 6s, and sustained on. Sorry, exploding on 6s and then +1 to wound.
It is quite interesting to see. We do have, we've mentioned it a few times before, when players started to get quite a heavy lead, that they don't put their foot on the gas all the way and go for the kill, almost.
Strength.
I don't think I've seen
Exercise.
either player not do that, and they've both gone for their all. They've both gone as much in, try to score as much as possible, rather than play it safe.
So it's 4 at -1. It says.
-1. So
Yeah,
5 up.
I mean,
That
it's
So
it's a very defensive map
so
though.
feel
It's
my
very
pain.
hard to just
So
crush
first
it
one
in a
is
way.
down to what?
I'd say
Take
this
one.
position now, Rich has the
Second
potential
one, take them
to
both.
tie everything up
Third one.
and basically just pick it
Cool.
apart.
the one bit.
It'll be interesting to see how he goes forward turn 4 movement, to see where he's positioning things now for the end game.
Astral Flamer, the other one.
Yeah, especially since he's got a lot of
How many shots is it?
Yeah, he's only got one.
be inside your opponent's deployment zone
Strength.
It's massive,
with recover assets behind enemy lines, engage on all fronts.
which he actually hasn't gathered any yet.
Yeah,
He
it'll
hasn't scored
be
any of those.
no.
5.
It'll be
5. So you want
it's
4.
very good to look through your deck and on your last 2 turns to
Okay.
see
See what you can
really
get.
where
That's it.
you need to position your units.
And even things like, I'm pretty sure Chris hasn't drawn
one.
Defense Stronghold yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's another
that'd
thing.
That'd be an
inflict
automatic
fire into
CP.
your
Yeah.
Redraw.
Same with recover assets, he hasn't got yet.
Squad of whatever.
I actually think this marked for death. We
Drone
should
or
have
death round?
CP.
Death Shroud.
That's
Yeah, I
recycled.
agree. He has plenty of it.
And I'll remember to do his devastating wounds this time. So, Dark Pact fails.
Oof.
Here come the fails. Oof.
Takes 2
2 more mortals.
and down to 8.
At least he's making it easier for Rich, you know.
Yeah, he's getting it done. He's aware that game time's running low.
10.
Only half an hour left.
I think these Forge things need to put some absolute hell into this unit. Stay in it, right?
So 3d3. 3, 6. So hitting on 3s, explode on 6s. Not single 6.
And the rerolls are dead now, which is
Yeah.
The
Strength.
you know a
Strength.
very big part of this unit's damage output, especially since you can
So
get more 6s for the
3s
sustained.
to 4s.
back down to 3s.
Back
again.
down to 3s.
Was it Astral that gives them rerolls?
No, it's
The Tech Marine did, but died before.
Smith. So 3s. 3 at -3.
3.
Sorry, 4 at -3.
And 4 ups. And
3 damage each.
That's 2 dead
Do that.
Terminators.
So
kills this one.
Actually, one was on 1 wound beforehand.
Rinse
This is
and
where you should have maybe
down.
shot a Rhino first. It's
Yeah.
just a little bit of ordering mistake.
Who
Or
actually
even
counts
Vashtor's
back?
little plinky shooting.
3, 4, 5, 6 again.
Does Astral have
Yeah,
any shoots?
yeah.
Yeah,
He's shot
got
a
like
flamer.
Bale flamer.
So 3s and then 3s again.
And no 6s again.
No sustained. 1 dev though.
Oh, that's a death.
2
Yeah.
2 4 ups.
That's a dead Terminator.
And I guess a dev.
1 dead.
So
That's
2 dead Terminators.
2 dead Terminators. So he's
So
cut that
also
brick
no-
down in half already now.
Thanks for remembering the dead wounds, because I need to do 3 hazardous checks on each of them as well.
So 6 on the first one.
Oh.
So he's down to 4 wounds, and then
The
nothing on the
dice know
second.
when you're struggling and they just punish you.
Yeah, they
They just know.
they're like,
God.
well,
So he just took 6 wounds in his own shooting phase.
He's on 9.
he took
Any more shooting?
I think more than that.
Right.
He failed.
He failed his star pack
Yeah, might as well.
and then took 6 from the hazardous as well.
So he's just taken 8 wounds.
Can't be bold to.
At 9 it would be.
God.
Yeah, he is all that. He's on 4 wounds left, and all that damage has been to himself.
I will say, Chris being a great sport here.
Uh,
If it were me, I would have thrown a PBC at Rich by now, just out of rage.
We don't condone violence on this stream. Right, Reese?
Not on
Okay.
stream, off stream.
Don't we?
Yeah. Okay.
And then 5s. 1.
the one. We take
6
the
1.
See, with his Terminators dying, this side of the board looks very thin for Rich now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, shooting done, charges.
PBC. I don't know if he can make
try
it
and charge
onto
with
the
the
objective
spider
with the
over
pivot
there.
as well.
Into.
into your.
It won't be able to, especially if you charge that Rhino in. And
Yeah, just block it all off.
Oh, he makes it.
It's
Makes
the
it.
9-inch charge into the.
Wow.
It doesn't fit through that gap, mate.
Oh, well, I would have. If I'd realised that, I would have spent it.
Spend a CP.
Are you sure you don't?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You let me off there.
I would've-
You let me off there, buddy.
So some CP to charge through the room.
nice play from Rich there.
Vashtor will charge into both of these. Yeah.
Both?
Yeah, it will, because he can go up against the ruin
Yeah.
there, can't he, and be
Yeah.
in combat with all of them. So.
Goes where he
So with a
pleases.
big
Where do you want
multi-charge
him?
there with
Obviously he's
Vashtor.
here. You want him here?
Yeah, touching that side of the
He has
wall.
to base both if
so-
he can.
Well, no, he wouldn't be able to base both if he.
Wouldn't.
There's not enough. There's not enough gap for him there.
Oh, is it off? Okay.
The Rhino will charge your Terminators.
Rhino's going in. Rhino!
On a 9 as well.
I'm
The
guessing
Rhino
attack
has a
shot.
dream.
Yeah, I'm going to
Should.
shot back.
Do it.
Nice attack shot!
9 dice.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
He's just going to
There's
kill the unit
1-on-1.
on his own now.
Yeah. like mine did a Mauler Fiend.
My Rhino is going to take out.
There we go.
Max number
I'm all
6. So
same
you
as
won't-
Rich.
This is big. This is
You
big.
won't finish the whole
Let's
thing,
see if
but
the spiky bits on the bits
Go on
of
then.
the
What's
Rhino
the,
actually do anything.
What do I
you need
do?
5 ups on 9 dice.
Goes away.
1.
Oh,
Wait.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got rid of one
That's
of
all
them.
he needed to do. Yeah, that means he pretty much killed that turn on his own though. So
Oh, he has taken Vashtor out of
Super
combat
Rhino.
though.
imagine if I charged you the spiky side forward.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that was the one that was
Sparky.
wounded.
It wasn't the one.
I believe Vashtor's
Just
still
run
in
over
with
back
the
to
drone.
Wounded one, wasn't it?
No, it was one here that was wounded.
No,
Oh,
he,
okay.
yeah,
Go on
he.
then.
he
I
said
moved the
that
dice.
he
I
meant-
moved the dice over.
he meant
That's
it
the
to-
champion as well.
Okay.
So that's the last one I normally wound.
Okay.
Any more charges? No. So fighting. I can't interrupt.
Oh, okay, fine.
Either or.
Yeah, I'll do the Venom Crawler first then.
Let's go.
I'll spend a command point for an extra AP on it.
Takes me to 6s.
Doesn't have arm saves, does it? Oh yeah, sorry. I thought
4
I
up.
was in.
4 up. 5. 4 up with a 5 up from the pain.
That pact on him.
Oh, we
He'll
take.
D3.
He's failed
Takes
it.
the full.
Oh
down
God,
to
another one.
4.
He's failed it every single one.
This spawn's gonna kill him now, isn't
No,
he?
he said he did say before the game that he was
I
going to
do
kill
this-
himself.
I shouldn't play Chaos really because I just killed myself. But Vashtor's happy. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
give me all these souls. Sorry. Vashtor's enjoying himself.
At least he's having fun with it.
Probably going to
Yeah.
fail miserably.
That's the whole point of this league, wasn't it? It was meant to be a more
Uh,
relaxed and
Hit
laid
on
back league.
6,
People can
8
run a bit
attacks.
more.
Hit on
I wouldn't say
freeze, is it?
jokey list, but you have people like Rich who's running a full flamer list.
No explosions.
Yeah, and I think Mike ran a
25?
load of skulls and Angron at some point.
Yeah, at 1,000 points.
So,
Yep.
Twos? Oh no, don't get the +1 to win. Sorry, I'm
No.
being an idiot.
so
So
freeze.
threes.
Like an absolute Chad.
Oh,
but,
so
you know.
that's-
Yeah, he got
So
decimated.
-2.
Thinking deal with that many wounds.
Didn't save any
The
damage.
game he got
It
to-
also just can't score points.
So
What's the
2,
game?
No, it does nothing the whole game, but
4,
Didn't he get a draw into third? Is that the one?
yeah, I think he did.
Was it Rich actually?
I think that might have been 2K though.
Okay.
I think he played Nathan on one of his
So
first games.
Stop that.
You stop my
Sabotage.
sabotage, so I have to keep it.
Just keep
Beastie
sabotage.
Boys will be proud of me.
I'm just going to sabotage.
Oh, we
your
stopped
freaking
sabotage.
help, mate.
That's fine. You sabotage. I don't
That's
care.
good.
It's all stinky
Ooh.
anyway now. So.
Yeah.
Um,
Vashtor or the Rhino?
I'll do the Rhino first.
Let's go.
Because I'm so proud of him. But I'm not going
He's
to die
about to be a
active
dead Rhino
because
soon.
he's blowing himself
Poor
up.
guy.
only got 20 minutes left.
Observe as a rhino kills the unit.
I don't like it.
Does the internet die?
Oh, the dream's dead.
On the,
No, we'll have to talk it out at that point.
Yeah.
If we should be in turn 5, so we should be all right. Nope, nothing. Vashtor,
Vashtor.
who's he hitting?
That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
decide.
these free roll games on stream, I
So
think
it's
I've run
got
over a little bit.
devastating
Usually
wounds.
down
How many
to
wounds is that on that?
That's on 9.
players.
Is that on the
Think
breakdown,
it
is
could be thinking about it a bit more. Could be a bit of
Yeah.
stream nerves.
I think it's
just
a mixture of everything,
fluctuating
isn't it?
movements. Yeah.
Well, it's actually just
'Cause it
very
is- it
challenging
is
to
pressure.
finish a game.
Put
It's actually very
three-
difficult unless you are just
Splitting them.
focused. Both players know their armies very well, and they're not questioning rules on the other opponent's side. It's actually quite. It is a challenge to finish.
No,
the game.
I'll just take out the Terminators.
No, yeah, I do agree.
Drone can fall back, shoot and charge.
I think it's a lot better when you have a timer in
yes,
front of
so-
you.
Yeah,
Terminators?
Terminators are the
Okay.
big
Yeah.
threat at the moment,
100%.
so-
We've been discussing a lot about using chess clocks more at club, haven't we?
I think we need to, and I think we also.
I think
need to-
using them in a casual game is kind of
So
like, unless you want to
Vashtor
improve your
for
skill,
Oh,
at
yeah.
just
sustained hits.
timing,
He passes.
using it on yourself is fine.
So 6 attacks hitting on 2s.
But to be honest, how much a chess clock gets used correctly is also a discussion
14.
because
14.
you know
so
you're meant to flip
2
between
to 3.
rolls as well, and sometimes
Yeah.
that doesn't happen. So there's always time in
No,
a
it doesn't get the
game
Terminators.
where it's unaccounted for,
So it's
or
three.
you spent your opponent's rolled on your time and
No
stuff like that.
devastating. So 5.
So it's never 100% on itself anyway.
minus 2.
Yeah, I'm happy to be reasonably
Minus
flexible
2,
here,
so
because on a club
4
night,
ups.
you know, people will come up, play till
Damage?
7.
Only
still
3.
playing at half 10
3.
sometimes. So
Yeah,
they
That
will
was
worry
disappointing, wasn't it?
yeah. Rhino just kill another Terminator.
Is that Rhino or Vashno?
That was Vashtor.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
I
That
will.
was rude. The crowd was about to go wild.
I will slap the rhino because
I'm surprised the Rhino didn't dart back and kill itself.
Freeze.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you forgot to dark pack the Rhino for sustain.
Yeah, I know. No, I did
Joking,
on
I'm
purpose.
joking.
You've got 2 at -3 and 2 damage. There.
So he
Does he
saves
blow?
1. Please blow up. Oh,
That was a 6 for a second then. This dice tray is horrible.
This dice tray is designed to roll dice.
I would have just rolled 6s all game if it wasn't for that
Yeah,
dice tray.
yeah, me too. No, I'd roll 1s all game. It's a nice, good dice tray. So then my drone gets to hit you, free
Wait,
attack.
Josh, is the theory still correct? Which side is Rich standing on?
Rich is standing on the side you were on,
and
Josh.
then
Yeah.
Toughness on Vashtor.
So yeah, the theory's
-1.
correct. If you
Theory
stand on
is
that
still
side,
alive.
well,
He'll be
If
down
you
to
roll
9
what,
then.
if you
Huh?
Down
if
to
you're on the
9.
bottom
I
of
want
the stream,
5s anyway.
roll
Don't
high.
mind about. 1
Yeah.
-2.
4 up.
I mean, every time I stood on that side of that game, I've
that's it,
rolled
yeah.
well.
Yeah, and actually when I played Adam, I was
Yep.
stood on that side.
Okay,
as well.
so end of your
Diced
turn.
him off the table.
You didn't get marked for death. What are you doing? Keeping it or burning it?
I might go. I'm tempted to go
Yeah.
back and look at previous
just
streams
start
now
mark
and
for
find the
death.
win rate of either side.
Command point.
also
Area
how
denial
the
you
dice
got
tray
for
is
the big
slanted.
one.
Yeah.
So you got a big area denial and you discarded mark for death.
Maybe the viewers can tell us.
So you're up to you've gone up a CP there,
Yeah,
yeah?
just did that.
And then you go up
South
1
or
for
north?
my turn.
Yep.
And then missions
Can
we
I get some
get,
scores there, please, gents, quick?
so we have a 5 on area denial, and he binned mark for death.
Okay.
Um,
At the end of his
But
turn.
I also stopped him doing sabotage.
yeah, so I've got to keep that, but I am going to get rid of it for a CP.
Yeah.
Or do I sabotage? I can just do it over there, or I'm going to do it over there. Doesn't matter.
You've got
I'm going to
millions of
score
people
it.
who can do
I'm going to
yeah.
score it. I get engage on all fronts.
Not bad.
There you go. Not a bad one.
And there's big sabotage. So I get 15.
Question for you, Josh.
Because I've got 1,
In this
2,
mission,
3.
that building that's on the
So
edge
I
of the
keep in
deployment
sabotage,
line,
I
does
get
that count as
engaged,
being in your
I get
opponent's deployment
15
zone?
on taking hold.
The blue on the super out.
Yeah.
No, it's actually supposed to be deployed just on the edge of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just outside.
Just outside. But them Death Shroud Terminators can get a 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So on
That's
there.
huge.
Yes, they could.
Might
Quite
not go
comfortably,
die.
don't they?
I mean that's massive.
Unless those forge fiends fall back and somehow deal insane damage.
Rich, what was your primary then?
15.
15. 1, 2.
8.
Yeah, I think your prediction of 11-9's looking more and more likely now.
I put 11-9 for Chaos.
For chaos, that was it, wasn't it?
But then things went wrong. So now it's mostly. I think Rich can get 12-8 if he just pushes as much
Yeah.
denial into the
9-11
Chaos Heart as he
9-11
can.
to you at the minute, mate. Grab it if you need it.
No, sorry, I can
I
see it
think
from
it's
here. It's fine.
quite a big win on potential.
I'm fairly certain he gets engaged for 4. If he just pulls that, well, he's already got 4. Sabotage, you can get the big one 4. And then next turn, he's definitely scoring 15 primary.
He's not getting 4th of engage, I don't think.
Yeah, the
Blood drone, I guess.
yeah, the drones. If you look at the center of the objective,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it dies this turn, it would have to. It should fall back.
it can fall back.
I feel like
Who
both
will fall back?
these Forge Fiends could die. The one on 4 wounds just takes 1
Yeah,
PCP, the other takes 2.
and then that plague bust there has also popped its head out.
With
Flat.
I would be tempted to Overwatch.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, let's do it.
Like it's not guaranteed. It's not even like
yeah, you take.
gonna be likely, but you know.
no, he
No,
failed it.
you-
He took 3 wounds.
You take. You have to
Does he
do-
take plus
yeah,
1
you
as well?
You have to do no, because it's not near the. It's the.
So he took 3.
Yeah, so he's down to 6.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Another
the +1
failed.
to wound is a -1 to your leadership as well.
Oh, what's the big number of shots?
So.
Oh, Lord.
7, 8.
Need some 6s here.
And these will have death wounds on them as well. On the
6s. 2.
Only
2?
two. Did he go sustained or did he go lethal?
so it can't kill you.
I imagine lethal.
Were they lethals or sustained
To
then?
sustain. Oh, yeah.
Sustained.
4 done.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
Sure. +1 to wound.
so
2s?
Oh, there's the 1. That's not what you
Still rolled a 1.
so
3.
That's a bastard.
EP.
oh, you got invuln, haven't you?
5 up in 1.
I'll command point that one.
4.
Yeah.
5 up.
Okay, I like what he did there.
On
Oh my god.
You bastard, Rich.
that takes 3.
You should get me some of those Death Guard dice, Jesus.
Sorry. Do you know what? For that look, not sorry. Have it. Ah!
Rich owning it. I like it.
Like, can I carry on?
No.
Oh, Chris, he's finally got.
It's like beating a puppy at this point.
Yeah, it hurts when this happens to you.
It really does. Like you're trying to every out you
Yeah,
can
shoot that.
think
He
of,
shoot
and
that.
it's just not coming up. Even though it's not like likely to happen, it's just sad when it.
It's like, when you know there's
That
always a
badly.
chance.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna
and like you kind of get it through, and then the opponent just says, "Nah."
It's like, no. You beat all the odds just to be slapped down at the very end.
Yeah.
He's just gonna these are gonna shimmy forward. Fuck it.
We need to be careful with that, because otherwise we won't score. Oh, no, ignore me. I'm thinking of the rhinos there. Because we're also going to score the engage for the full, you have to be wholly within the table quarters.
Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah, is that right? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. But I think he's got a play squad up top.
Yeah, I think either that or the rhino should still be within.
Actually,
In fact, don't need to think.
he's kind of moved away from his board. Oh no, it's his board edge, not his board then.
Shoot in. So Typhus is going to be doing a sabotage in your thingy. Plague Bus is going to go into here. So Havoc. For fuck's sake. 3.
So missing out on the 3 on sabotage, gaining the 6 kind of counteracts it.
Yeah, in the
Not
long run.
getting it.
Nothing.
It's a few points dropped, but it's not as many as it usually is.
Would have been. Yeah. He got quite, not lucky, but he's pre-planned well for that.
1 at -1 because you're in contagion. Saves it. D6 +3 off these. 4 +3 +3. These want 5 strength 6 flamers.
Don't know where this is from.
This is
for what it's into.
Flamers.
So 2,
The
4,
Rhino into
6 on your invuln.
Ah,
Yeah, the 2 casters.
yeah, this is Rich just
One.
trying to make a big points differential now.
How many? Oh, they're D3 each.
D3 each, yeah. How many is that? 5.
Yeah.
So,
So it's
so long
5
as that's not
D3
a-
damage.
So he's dead. The rest of them take the
Nothing's
fall.
within range of him blowing up. So.
So he's denied another primary turn 5.
That's mean, that thing.
Yeah. I think he's only
This
going to score
flavor will
a
go
5
into
here. Still
there.
scoring a 40.
Yeah, 40 's still great.
But not stopping the max.
5. They're strength 6, so I want 5s. So 1 at -2. Saves it. The mortar off this one and the mortar off that one are going at this dude. Both see ya?
Yep.
So I'll do them both together. In fact, I'll do the first one, this one first. 3 plus 3.
At least
I
Vastor
hit on 2,
will
so
most
3
probably
plus 2.
survive the game.
And ignore cover.
Yeah,
as
I'd be
well.
surprised if he dies now.
So 1 lethal. Strength 8, T9.
We never got to
5.
see his. If you shoot me, you're taking hazardous.
Hazardous.
3
Yeah, which is a
minus
shame.
2. And 2 each.
It's a very
4
new,
damage.
unique ability in the game.
Kill him as well.
Blow it up or not?
Yeah, I can't think of another model that actually does that.
Yeah, it's especially with a lot of repeating abilities on certain
Vanished was
units.
going to go into retirement. Like,
So this one here. His is going to go at the legionaries. No, not the legionaries. 4 plus 3. Hits on 4s because I don't see you. 1 lethal. Strength 8, so 2s. So you've got 3, minus 1 because of my smell. So there's no cover on that. So 4 ups, 1 dead, is it?
yeah, it's 2 damage, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 dead.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. And then I'll do the same with this one. All of his shots are going to there.
Yeah, these Chaos Warriors have survived
Plus
a
3.
lot.
Yeah, they've really put their effort in.
It's too bad the rest of the army is just didn't.
Yeah, there was some really swingy dice rolls. I think they've evened out on either sides, but
4.
where they've mattered most,
again,
I feel like
-1,
Rich
so
has
4 ups.
has really pulled through. Just those niche moments that would have made
Was
quite
it?
a big
Was it just
difference.
Any one of them, or
Uh,
there's a dude with a pistol, or I don't know. I'll let you do it.
Wow, they survived the other PCB as well.
Bad, eh? Just one left.
change.
I think there's 2 left.
There's a 9-inch charge into the Venom Crawler, and he gets it with a 10.
Oh, and he makes it as well.
Mind about you letting them come in now as well?
3 power fists on them as well.
Is it
With a
up?
consolidate, he might be denying primary full stop.
I'll quickly do the heavy plague weapons.
Yeah,
because there's
you
3 of
could.
them.
I think Vestor might still be in combat with the
No,
Terminators.
strength 8 ones, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
they OC him.
2, 3. So these hit
I
on
was
4s,
just thinking that he could maybe heroic in there if he can find the space.
True.
No
but
lethals. So strength 8, T8, so 4s again.
I will say, I'm surprised Rich isn't doing sustained here.
3 minus 3, so 3 on your invuln.
How much CP is it?
Does he blow?
1.
No. Yeah. Well, he's not an objective, so it's not sustained 2, right?
He dies though.
And he gets it.
Yeah, it's sustained. It has to be an infected objective mark, which I don't think that one is.
Fight with Vastor.
Don't think he's controlled it at the start of the turn.
Yep. Dark Pact, it's fine.
He's still dark packed in. He still trusts the dark gods.
True dedication to the cause.
Not a single. Oh no.
A word bearer never backs down.
Strength 6. There's no minuses.
His
There's
strength
no
4,
leader.
So he's 2.
Yeah, 2s. There's no magic to this one. 5.
Those are. Hang on.
Huh?
Yep, he does have Dev.
Ooh,
Devastating
that's a
wounds,
dead
so
one.
Those 2 are devastating. And those are
How many damage?
3 each.
So he's dead.
So just body slam was the guy.
You get to consolidate if you wish. I didn't consolidate, although I could have not go. No, I
Oh,
won't
he doesn't need to
consolidate.
consolidate. He
You
goes
can
turn
leave that
2.
if you want, but that moves you in engagement range, and then I get to fight first.
But he doesn't deny it for his
sorry,
turn
no,
5.
I don't know.
True, but I think it's a case
Okay,
of
so
he
I
risks the
score
chance
enough.
of not holding it next turn just because of the OC
Are you going to
difference.
be able to stop my sabotage over
I
there?
think it's worth.
So I get a big sabotage that he's not going to be
Maybe,
able to
but
stop for
Vashtor
6.
could just
Josh?
charge them and kill him.
Big sabotage for
Oh,
6.
true, yeah.
We've got a score here, so we've got a big sabotage.
And engage in 4 table quarters.
1, 2, oh god.
So they're in that
6,
quarter.
7, 8,
I think you have to be wholly within. Oh, what-
I've got to be outside of 6 of the centre. He's just outside of 6 of the centre here.
is that? I thought
That's
it
9.
6 over the.
No,
over
it's from
centre.
from the centre. So the 6 from the centre is actually here somewhere.
So
Okay.
I
I
don't
thought
think
it
we
was.
can start.
Sorry.
No, that the,
6 inch over the.
in 9 it was. Have a read of that. In 9 it was 6 inches in.
Oh, they
In
changed-
10th it's 6 inches from the centre.
Yeah. So what we have now is basically that will be the end of the
Oh.
game because we're at 3 hours
Uh-huh.
and we're not going to start a whole new round. But I
Okay.
think we're at the position now where we can basically talk it out. Where we can draw the
Yeah,
cards
no,
to Chris.
So you draw your card, 2 cards, Chris.
So I don't see many
Take and
secondaries
hold.
here in which Chris
Take
can
and
pull
hold, you
back
get
the
5.
victory. I feel like this is going to
And
Death
you
Guard's
call
way.
the horde, you can't
But I think now it's
so
just a case of
withdraw
figuring
your-
out by what metric.
Let's see what they've got.
Yeah, just on the primary lead, it's
You have to
in
keep it, but
Deathguard's
you can't
direction.
score it.
What's it?
And
Defend.
recover assets.
Recover assets. Would you spend a CP to burn defend?
You can't do recover.
You can't.
He physically can't
Recover
score it.
assets, why?
Now get to redraw. You need 3 units.
yeah. I think recover you get to free redraw it, right? If you don't have 3
Yeah.
units.
Yeah, I
You could do
believe
the
so.
2, couldn't
You
you?
get to redraw that.
No, because I've got
He's got 2
2
units there.
units, haven't I?
He can do it.
He has 2 units. Oh, he's still got
I've
the
got
Legionnaires in
Legionnaires
that home field.
Fast draw. So they'd have.
You got
They,
3.
2
yeah, but
units
they'd
left.
have to drop to here. What's their movement?
6. Yeah, I'm
making
not
that.
saying that. I'm saying I can't automatically discard it because I can't do it. Is what we're saying, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what we're trying to get to.
So
So I can keep it because I can do it.
That one
If-
Legionnaire has cost him
Stronghold
this.
you can't
I
do.
would
Yeah.
discard that.
Yeah, it
Which one?
has.
Defend.
God, that hurts.
Yeah, so that's gone. It doesn't matter about CP at this
So I'm
point.
going to give you the 5 for primary.
And then I'd get established locus.
Established locus, so you'd have to send Vastor to the middle, but you're also trying to
wouldn't
recover.
reach.
Well, I'd ignore recover and probably go Vashtor into the middle then. Wouldn't I? If he can
What's
get
his
it.
movement?
It's,
Well, recover's worth 3.
12.
12. Well, he
yeah,
gets.
but it's
he
worth
gets
3
over
in your
there if he
opponent's
wants to do
turn.
that.
He can stop it.
Yeah.
What do I actually need to do for it?
So you just do an action there. You can't shoot or charge or anything. So would you do that for 3 points?
Couldn't I go into your deployment zone?
Yeah.
12.
If you
Yeah, but
can
you
make
can't.
it.
You're not getting past me.
I can fly, so it can't.
But you
oh,
12
no, it's
12
up
doesn't.
and over, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
12
yeah.
only gets you to there.
I was thinking of the old fly where I could have just gone
Yeah.
over the building, but
So
have to
you
go
can
for-
get a
He
recover.
just can't reach, unfortunately. That's one of those ones where he's just a little out of position for 2 big ones.
Recover
But
assets. You'd have to get back here.
Which
and
is not even
survive.
his fault. It's
No,
like
no.
No, it's just
uh,
a state of the board, isn't it?
Vastor goes to there
Yeah.
for locus. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes the
but
2.
he could
So you
do
get a small locus.
fly through
Well,
the
you got rid of
buildings
defend, didn't you?
with a CP,
Established locus.
but he doesn't have a
So you get
CP
a
Yeah,
anymore.
I've got CP anymore now, so he redrew.
You not doing recover. Where do they? Where would they go? Would they stay where they are?
Doesn't matter,
If
really,
they
does
come
it?
out Here, I'm going to overwatch them with that.
It could.
Yeah,
Or
no,
that.
You
I'd
just
probably
run
go
away.
back further away so that
Hope
I
he doesn't get to
jump with some iron.
no
I'd
prisoners.
have to kill him for some reason.
So then my turn.
Yeah, so they'd probably go back over here somewhere, as far away.
They
from
go
Okay,
what,
so yeah, he's
six-
he's
six
fallen them
feet
back
to there,
just to
wouldn't
avoid no prisoners.
Yeah.
I think you need to just
I
let the
got him
drones
direct
catch him,
mate
though, to be
there.
honest.
Drone doesn't auto kill him.
Presumptuous.
So for me, mission wise, I get extend battle lines and call. So I get storm, which is that one, which I can't.
I'm not in control of it now.
He doesn't get storm. There's no storm.
You can't. You can still get it because it says if you don't, if
So
you
if
the
opponent has
opponent
no
didn't
Oh,
control.
yeah, yeah.
I can't
Yeah, you're
storm
right.
them.
If he controls 0, if he can get 1.
Yeah.
0, you also get it.
I also get
Am
it.
I not?
Oh yeah,
I'm
if you don't.
controlling this one.
Oh yeah, you
so
get that
just
one.
Get that
OC
don't you?
what? What's his OC?
3, I think.
3.
The
I
plague
can
boss.
get the rhino and that on there, so that give me 5.
Yeah, so you're fine with that.
So I got
Cool.
a storm and extend. So I get I get the extend and a storm. extend.
And then
Yeah, and
you
that
should
brings
have-
it to maybe like a 13-7 with primary.
And then I would get 15 on primary.
I think it's a bit more than that.
It's a bit more, is it?
So you got the 15, which should get you to 12-8 anyway, and then you've got the 10 on
Let's
secondaries.
get the score up, good friends. So it's the end of the game. Where's the score?
Chris, I have no fucking
So,
idea how that
can we
happened,
get
but
15?
man, I don't understand how I killed these.
Five here. What-
I think it was
Max?
war of attrition, number of shots going
I don't know
through.
if
Max
I
on
mean,
primary.
The Forge Fiends just killed themselves.
Literally.
Scoring,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah, yeah.
but,
One here.
but then you get through things too quickly for it to be very
It's-
effective. So
Getting into my 12 inches,
yeah.
12 inches was deadly.
Yeah.
I said, all right, here.
Get 10 for paint score, but it doesn't really matter that much. So we'll just keep it as
But
it
the
is.
number of flamers is quite mean as well on this auto hitting flamers. It's
So
So
the end
Overwatch's
score-
dead.
yeah.
The end score, gentlemen,
Um,
is going to be 81 to Rich and 62 to Chris, which makes it a 13-7 in Rich's favour.
Hey, I called it.
I was
Fair.
genuinely worried about the toughness of your list. I didn't think I'd kill that much. That was insane. I think that a lot of people probably questioned my ingress here. A lot of people probably
Yes.
questioned it, but with Cloud of
I
Fire,
didn't question Ringo, so I questioned
didn't
Direction.
think you had enough
Yeah.
shots here to kill anything, to kill the unit, and then me going there and killing that Venom Crawler.
I mean,
honestly,
he did.
I have to say, he absolutely did. He just managed to.
like re-rolling hits.
It was what wasn't it? The
All
6
four
forward
ups.
saves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to sort of stand there and look dejected now.
So, after that, how do you think that went from your side, gentlemen? Is there any highlights, lowlights, Chris?
My dark packs are always a highlight.
Yeah, your dark packs were something to behold.
Yeah.
One explosion was a low light. One explosion
I
the
think
whole
that's
game.
about typical because I can't roll sixes. So I've got some more dice to sacrifice when I get home.
It was a lovely, well-spirited game. I think there's a couple of things from my perspective that we'll cover in a bit actually. But Rich, sorry, your highlight and your low light.
Low light was one explosion all game was pretty. I don't like that. We need a
They used to auto explode.
3 CP for like an auto explosion or something. Just some. I know it's expensive, but still it would
used to,
like an in-house rule kind of thing.
when they introduced them in 8th, wasn't it? They introduced Death Guard and they had an auto explosion
Yeah.
stratagem then, didn't they?
Some armies have it. It's super handy.
And I think the
It
highlight.
was just fun. I used to do
It's
it
just
all the
fun,
time.
I think the highlight once I took out his Warpsmith, his shooting just went to shit, and that was when I was able to come out and actually do shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking out that Warpsmith, thankfully they survived. I know that was a risky move to put them here in the open, which a lot of people probably questioned it. But I knew I was going that way, and I knew I wanted his home.
No, I think it was a fine move from my perspective. The only thing is, I think Chris probably, and Josh in the chat will probably agree with me, Chris probably should have shot the big 6-man blob down here just to secure this area down there. And also,
Rather than
for
sort
me-
of going in between the two.
yeah,
Not doing
rather than
that.
dividing his force, but that's exactly why he put them there, was
Yeah.
to distract. 'Cause
Yeah.
they were never going to come into the mid, they were always going to go for his home.
Yeah.
There was no way Chris could have defended it. So it was kind of like trying to solve something that you couldn't solve. And for me, the Chosen getting out of the Rhino in the centre and not doing anything as well.
Putting them as marked for death, that was a mistake. I think.
Yeah, that
I
was-
can kill infantry quite easily.
Yeah.
So one or two things like that just
Yeah.
make it big. Instead of the Chosen probably going in and killing something, they got out
Sort
and
of stood there and just got minced, didn't they?
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the Rhino could have done the same job as the
Yeah.
Chosen.
And done it the other way
Holding.
around.
Yeah, that's my only input. But yeah, I don't know. I'll take some questions from the commentators, and then I'll come back to you guys if you don't mind, while you have a think about your wrap up, what you thought about the game, what you do differently, what you liked. So, Josh, please go ahead.
Make a completely different list. You see me notes list, it's vile. I've gone fluffy all game, like fluffy list.
Reece, do
or
you have any
like I had
questions for him?
Titan,
'Cause I don't
had
think
36
I can really
Nurglings,
think of one right
and
now.
this one was
The only thing I can
the
really
first
think
Nurgle.
of is maybe
So
asking
last
Rich, does he
round,
still see the Plague Burst
round.
crawlers as being
I've only got 15,
like a
but-
viable option?
Well,
A
no,
lot of
the
Death
issue
Guard
is,
communities
I
kind
think
of
he's used to
snubbed them off now as being
it's
too
overkill.
expensive with the
They
indirect
only
nerfs,
do
but I
4.
want to see if
He moves
he'd
5,
still
so
value
he
their
runs
input
faster
into
than
the
they do.
match.
But I don't. The most I'd ever do is
Chris?
is an 8. Sorry, the
did he think that?
I'm tempted to.
Did he think that maybe he played a little bit too aggressively or a little bit not aggressive enough in the early game?
Do work though. They do
They're
work.
tough to get.
So I'll go back to the
aren't
players
they?
now. Hey guys, sorry. So question from Reese for both of you here. So the first one is, do you rate the Plague Burst crawlers, Rich?
No.
You don't rate them?
No.
You wouldn't use them again in the next round?
No.
Well, you don't think that indirect had any either?
Oh yeah, no, it had
a huge effect on it.
It had effect, but
you wouldn't
hitting
have
on
got
fours.
this deep strike here in the first place without if you didn't
Yeah.
have the indirect.
I'm a lover of the indirect, and I love the Lord of Virulence, but to me, it's just too swingy. It took me how many turns? Come on, they're still dead. They're still alive. There's two of them behind a wall. A unit of 5 man. 5 man unit is still behind a wall, and they're not dead. All right, I was shooting other things.
They did kill the Chosen in the centre, though.
Yes, but that was with line of sight with the Lord of Virulence.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was ignoring cover +1 to hit. So it was 2s, and it was hitting direct on them.
So that's fair enough. That's your answer.
I suppose you need to invest enough to make it
Yes.
worthwhile having
Yes.
indirect like that.
And they're only -1, 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. They do work better when you can see. That's there's no denying that. And Chris, from your side, do you think you were too aggressive or not aggressive enough in the first turn, first 2 turns?
I don't. I was just saying to Rich, I was trying to get down and move block, but I don't know if that was the right move, because then I'm within contagion range and easier to kill. And like he said, like that thing's got a 12-inch
Flamer of death.
flame. Yeah, that I shouldn't have been anywhere near, but
You've got to go near something, though. I guess. That's
yeah,
that's the
exactly.
point.
I
So was trying
actually
to-
think
trying to-
his
my
movement.
idea was to try and get objectives early and hold those, and then not just fall apart at the end. But
It threw me.
I don't know, honestly.
To be honest,
I think his movement was pretty
It
good.
did throw me.
It's mainly just his target priority was a bit off.
So Josh says your movement was actually quite good. What you were trying to do was good. I'd say the only mistake you made movement was leaving those Terminators within 6 of the.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's an oversight, right?
Yeah.
It happens to the best.
I
of us.
didn't even think about the heroic
Heroic.
intervention.
As soon as you made the charge, I was like, yes.
Maybe-
Hindsight's 2020.
Hindsight's 2020. You may watch this back and be like, oh, I don't think I've done that.
But then
maybe-
if I put them there and then you just moved up, then you would have just charged them anyway,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have done anything with them. So
yeah.
maybe
Well,
I should have just kept them back here, hidden away in cover, and held the objective. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But maybe
I didn't
target
have that
priority
long
would have
again,
been
did
a bit more of a thing. Have you got an example of that one, Josh? Or was that just to do with those?
That the. I think the bikes going into the Plague Marines as well.
Yeah.
It was better. It was one of the times where it's just better not to do anything with them and deny instead of trying to kill.
Yeah. So there was the bikes. They didn't have to charge anything. They could have just gone sat the objective and denied, and then there would have been no
Rather
threat
than
to
just
them.
giving them away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's also true of turn 1. There was an option, or turn 2. I think there was an opportunity for you to put the bikes onto this one over here, which would have denied that primary without losing anything. And in the end, you didn't deny him primary, and also you didn't charge the Plague Burst crawl. You did try, but you didn't re-roll it. That could have been interesting. That turn, Rich would have had 0 primary.
I'd had me
If
home.
you'd have pulled it off.
I'd had me home.
No, not if the Raptors had got into your Plague Burst.
Oh, into the Plague Burst. He tried to go into the pox with them.
Yeah, that would have been
Wow.
interesting with a re-roll. So it's just little things like that where you're not where it would have been really interesting to see. Okay, how do I deny them 5 points here, 5 points there?
That's what I was doing. I'm like, how do I stop you scoring? At one point, I'm thinking to myself, how do I? You've got this much primary. You're getting this much primary. How do I make sure I get the same?
But it's a tough map for your list,
Oh
Chris.
yeah,
admittedly.
100%, Chris.
It is. Any closing points from you two gents on the?
I love them.
How's the find this
As much as
detachment
they didn't really do a great deal.
compared
It's just
to
that-
if he's played other Chaos ones?
Bases as well.
Yes.
So, they don't have to
So
pay.
Chris, how do you find this detachment compared to other chaos detachments?
I'm going to finish playing it this league and then probably not play it again.
Oh, that's quite damning.
Well, I mean, I don't know. There's an awful lot of anti-tank. Well, not that you've got much anti-tank, but
It's a
I
tank
dark
meta.
packed myself, and they have an even worse like I have to roll a 7 up to not get a Dark Pact, which I know that's like the average on 2 dice, isn't it? But even so, that's not what I roll most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm better off with a load of units that have got marks on them, so like the mark of chaos on them, so I can re-roll it, and at least I get a re-roll like you can with the bikes and the legionaries. And
fair point. So anything you do differently, gents?
Bring a different list.
you did alright, didn't you?
It's the 12 inches really shit me up. The 12 inch, the range is like, nah, what the fuck? Like, you worried me that initial push. I wasn't expecting you to do that, and that was like, how do I deal with this? But it was once you got into that 12 inches of mine, that's where I was deadly.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't mind seeing it without the push and seeing if you were a bit more cagey. Maybe a rematch after Christmas sometime. Yeah. Just to obviously bring it out for one last buzz. And in the end, maybe not be so.
I'm also curious about changing, like putting the Hades auto cannons on the Forge Fiends.
I've heard arguments for that.
Because with devastating wounds, then you've got 18 shots or something.
Yeah. Alright, they're only 1 damage, are they?
I think they're 2, aren't they?
I think it's -1 and 1 or -1 and 2.
Double check.
Okay. Right. Well,
no, it's 2 damage. -1 and 2 damage.
-1, 2 damage.
Yeah, better if it was 3 for sure.
Yeah.
But without further ado then, gents, I'd like to thank you both for being on the stream. I know it could be quite tricky. We had a lot of technical difficulties which we tried to overcome. It's quite difficult, but we got through it. I hope everyone watching enjoyed it to some extent, and I want to thank Josh and Reese for commentating. Thank you very much.
It's always a fun time coming on here.
Yeah, great.
It's been great.
Thank you, and thanks for watching our dice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that nonsense, join us on our journey, and again, thank you very much. Thanks for watching our dice.
Nurgle power.